the Supreme Court has just ruled that the Department of Homeland Security now has the discretion to determine the temporary protected status, and they pretty much have more leeway than they used to. So because of that, and because the Department of Homeland Security is under the Trump administration, Trump has already let it be abundantly clear that he wants to end the temporary protected status, okay, for the Haitian immigrants who are here. And there was another ethnic group of people. I don't want to say Sierra Leone because it's not them, but it was another one. Sirens. Thank you, Torian. Thank you. There was another one, right? So Trump has made it abundantly clear he wants to do that. Some people saying Ethiopians too. Yeah, okay. Sirens. Okay.
So far, it's Syrians and Haitians.
Syrians. I keep saying Sirens. Syrians and Haitians. However, the fact of the matter is, with this flexibility, with discretion, they can extend this to other groups of people. So this can possibly affect Somalians. This can affect other groups of people who are here under the quote unquote guise of temporary protected status. Now, a lot of people are online, from the Haitian community especially, protesting, and this is a picture of the protest, saying that they need to extend the temporary protected status, and how this is a racially based, I guess, deportation about it. And there's a lot we got to talk about. There's a lot we have to discuss. Currently, in the current condition that Haiti is in right now, from what we understand, Haiti is not in a good condition. It's not in a good condition. Haiti is still in a very bad condition. Okay? So, of course, they don't want to go back. They want Haiti to be at least safe, because there's a lot of, to be, appropriate, there's a lot of issues, right, going on in Haiti that they feel is unsafe for them. And to a degree, let's be honest, let's be completely mature and honest, to a degree, that's fair. To a degree, I do understand exactly where they're coming from with that. And I will say, because we're looking at this from a bunch of angles, because we're mature adults here, I will say that there is a rush to do this with Haitians. Now you have a whole bunch of other European and non-black immigrants who are coming over, and there's no rush to get rid of them. Like, for instance, you're extending, or you're going to give temporary protected status to a bunch of Afrikaners, YT South Africans, and you're going to extend that for however long that you want them over here, even though they're not going through any real existential crisis. The Elon Musk and his cult and his people, right? Because Elon Musk was born in South Africa, and they're saying that South Africans are going crazy and attacking them and all of that, and that's not true at all. Yet they're granted temporary protected status. So I do understand there is a racial component here. You have people coming from, especially South Africa, and I'm talking about the white South Africans, not the real South Africans, the white ones. You have other people coming from Europe, Ukrainians and all of that, and you're granting them temporary protected status, Russians and all of that. But when it comes to Haitians and just Syrians, Haitians and Syrians, y'all don't want to do that. So I do understand that. Let's be very mature about that. Okay? So we do understand the racial component of this. I do understand and fully acknowledge that. We have to look at it from all of the angles. We also have to look at it from the angle of there is a temporary protected status, right? I know there's Middle Easterners and they discriminate against them too. But when people talk about the Middle East, let's break this down. When people talk about the Middle East, technically speaking, the Middle East is a part of Africa. The continent that the quote unquote Middle East is connected to is Africa. Technically, people don't acknowledge that. People act like that's not technically a part of that continent. Technically it is. So there are a lot of melanated Middle Easterners. Okay. Those are the Myron Gaines and all of that stuff that you can tell there's black DNA in that. Right. But they're Arab, because technically Arab, if you guys look this up, you don't believe my word for it, look it up. Arab technically means you're from an Arabic speaking country. So that's not like a racial ethnic category. Okay. It's just determining the language of your country of origin, technically speaking. Just like Hispanic is technically you're from a Spanish speaking country. That's not that doesn't go into your ethnicity, your heritage, and all of that stuff. So we understand. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a racial component to the Syrians, right? So I understand that. And we should acknowledge that. Acknowledging the other angle of this as well. Temporary protected status. Keyword, temporary. Keyword, temporary. That means it's not supposed to be permanent. It was never supposed to be permanent. Okay? And there have been multiple extensions in the past under other administrations. Okay? Let's be very clear with that. So if there's been extensions, and now we're seeing a lot of people protesting. I'm seeing a video. There was a video that I was sent where somebody was like, there was this one woman. I'm not sure if it was her, but she kind of looked similar. So it might have been. She was like, we built this country and we were from here and immigrants built this country and all of that. So what we're starting to see now is that y'all were never planning on going back. That was not the agenda. Y'all coming over here. Now y'all taking claim to America, which was not the original plan. The original plan was for y'all to come over here, for y'all to seek refuge for a little bit until the conflict in Haiti, faded away, and then y'all go back. That was always the intention. Now, I talked about this the first time that Trump had threatened to remove the temporary protected status from Haitians. I said this the first time. I said, because there was a video of a Haitian man and a Haitian woman. They said, hey, we just got married. We bought a house. We're trying to raise a family and live here. I'm all like, both y'all want a temporary protected status, though? Why would y'all buy a house in a country where all y'all have to rely on is a temporary protected status? Why did y'all do that? First off, who would even sell you that house if that's the case? Why are y'all buying houses like that? And they're mad because they're like, hey, we shouldn't, we're trying to live the American dream. Okay. And I get it. I understand that this doesn't go beyond my comprehension. The fact of the matter is that the temporary protected status was never supposed to give y'all the access to the American dream. As mean as it is for y'all to hear that, y'all don't want to hear that. I get that. However, you guys are using this as an opportunity to kind of get some type of pseudo citizenship. And that was never supposed to be the intent. So that's why a lot of people are looking at it like, it is looking like y'all, when was y'all planning on going back then? That's like you let one of your cousins stay over at your house, at your apartment or whatever. They say, hey, I need about a couple months, man. I just lost my job or I just got evicted. I just need some time so I can get my stuff together. Give me 2-3 months. 2-3 months go by. Another month go by. You looking at 6 months. You trying to be okay. Now you looking at 7-8 months. Okay. And you're not hearing, hey, I'm looking for this apartment. I'm looking for this place. I'm looking for this. I'm trying to get a better job. I'm trying to do nothing. They kicking it. I'm talking about they kicking it. You unlock the door, you walk in, you see them with the remote in their hand, flickering the channel with their feet up on the table. Oh, they cool. They comfortable. So now you're looking like, okay, so let me talk to you about this job. Let me talk to you about this. I thought you was going to move out in 2-3 months. It's been about a year almost. Oh, man, it's hard, man. It's hard. It. So it comes to a point where now people start losing sympathy because you're overstaying your welcome then. Okay, somebody put in the chat room, you're squatting at that point. That's what is coming off as. And then when you say something about it, oh, I've been staying here for so long. Now you're acting as if you have some type of right or claim to America to stay here, which is going to work to your detriment, because now people are really going to start losing sympathy. Now people are really going to start connecting the dots and being all like, hey, y'all really weren't planning on going nowhere. Y'all was really planning on just staying here for real, as if this is your a fast track to citizenship. And there's a process. And here's the thing. There's a process to citizenship. Nobody's saying you can't become a citizen. There is a process. You using the temporary protected status so you can be in the country, and then you trying to, I guess, keep that going so long that you're technically a citizen just by default, or by how long you've been here. Now it seems cruel to send you back. So come on, that now at that point, now what you're doing is you're exploiting the temporary protected status. And let's be honest about that. Let's be honest. Okay? Just like your friend or your cousin who was supposed to be staying with you for so long, and now it's been a whole year, you've been paying all the bills, paying the rent, putting food in the fridge, and they just here kicking it. Okay, you've exploited my generosity to give you a place to stay at that point. You know, and that's why a lot of people on that angle aren't too sympathetic. And before people tell you, oh, well, the FBAs are this, the FBAs are that, I want you to ask this one question. After this question, I'm going to have the people speak. If we, as Black Americans, had a temporary protected status and went to Haiti, what do you think they would do if we overstayed that temporary protected status? I'm asking you that. I'm not even going to answer. Asking you, not just Haiti, anywhere else, anywhere in the world, if there was some type of disaster or anything like that that made us have to go temporarily to another country, and they said, okay, you can be here for a year, 2 years. On year 3, they're gonna be looking like, pretty sure we see it 2 years. And then you are like, hey man, I'm comfortable here. What do you think they would do? While everybody's sitting up there acting like we being so cruel. All right. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna let BX go ahead and open up the room, and we're gonna have this conversation.
Well, we wouldn't get a TPS in Haiti. They don't have a government, right? So it would have to be somewhere else. And anywhere Black Americans go, they add value. Like our numbers really help wherever we go. So we ain't getting put out of nowhere. See how that works? But I'm really happy with the decision. I believe in New York, there's about 5,000 Haitians on TPS that are at risk of being deported. From what I see, they do have options. So this would be interesting, but it's time for them to go. Temporary is over. Time has ran out, and that's because what they said, dirty Black Americans. Oh, I want a person with culture. I don't date Black Americans. And we told y'all, leave us alone because our ancestors don't play about us. But I want Haitians to remember this. This could very well be ancestral for them. Not all of Haiti is messed up. There's a beautiful side of Haiti. I was amazed to see it a few months ago. It's time to go home and build your homeland. You got to build your homeland. Wherever y'all are going, y'all are like Nigerians. Y'all are just getting put out of places. St. Kitts is saying you can't even get in here. St. Kitts is protecting their people. So it's time for y'all to go. No tea, no shade, but go home and make us proud. Get the spirit of 1804 again. Build your homeland.
And here's another thing. Not only do I let other people talk, I invite it. I invite the disposition or the disagreement. I invite that. There was one Haitian dude in the chat room. He's saying something he disagrees. We're hateful. Da, 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 da. He can come up and he can elaborate on exactly what he means, how he feels, and all of that. And if what we're saying is wrong, you not liking what we're saying does not make it incorrect, does not make it wrong. Okay. And this is why problems don't get solved in certain places, because they don't want to hear things. They're not incorrect, but they just don't want to hear it. And problems are not going to get solved like that. All right. Y'all need to grow up. Let's get to EJ.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I've been dealing with this stuff all day with these, dirt cookie recipients, and I'm glad that the TPS has been revoked on these unstable individuals, because it's time for these people to have the 1804 spirit that they talk about all the time when they waving their flags at the Haitian Day Parade, Flag Day. They love being Haitians. They love being Zos. They love Haiti so much that they're in the United States of America and don't want to go back to their homeland. Now, if you see the conditions of Haiti, the spirit of 1804 has left the building a long time ago. And I think that the Dirt Cookie Airlines business will be open, since these deportations will be happening very soon. Temporary protective status isn't permanent, and I don't know if they know the difference between a short distance of time or a long distance of time. These people have been disrespectfully aggressive towards Black Americans, let alone other people. And I think these people are at the bottom of the Caribbean casting system, and that's why a lot of these folks in the Caribbean don't want to deal with them, just because of their animalistic mentality that they have towards not only other Caribbeans but for people who paved the way towards them. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna land my plane right now. Whatever these folks do, no matter how many times you teach a majority of these people right for wrong, let alone their history, because most of these folks don't understand what Haitian history is. They just understand where anywhere they go in the world, they just gonna bring that tether mentality. So, shout out to the Haitians that's about to go back home. The temporary protective status is revoked, and hopefully, Dirt Cookie Airlines can deport all these people back to their third world countries, and hopefully they have the 1804 spirit in the year 2026. It's been 222 years since that spirit
Man,
has left the
shut your
house. Can you
Hold on,
bitch
hold
tone
on,
ass
hold
down,
up.
on, hold
Vanity
on, hold on,
Warrior?
hold on.
I'm not done, sir. You can go play with your blue raspberry candy after I'm
Hold
done.
on. Just land, because I want to make a point about what you just said, actually.
I land my plane. I don't want this cracker
Okay.
to come off his mic
Before
though.
we go, I want to say this. I completely understand, because on my spare time, one of the things that I try to do is study world history and geopolitics to have a better perspective of what we're going through right now. Okay. So I understand the trials and tribulations that Haiti has gone through. I get that. Okay. My question to that is, when does that turn around? If everybody is leaving with no intention on ever going back, when is Haiti ever going to be better? When is Haiti ever going to get fixed? If y'all using temporary protected status for 10, 15, 16 years, when is it ever going to turn around then? If the first thing y'all doing is getting on the boat or trying to get on the plane and leave, it's never going to be fixed at that point. So that's my thing. This is why a lot of people are being you're starting to see a lot of people who are indifferent about that situation, because if somebody's house gets flooded and they staying at your place and they never go back to their place, you're going to eventually, the sympathy is going to wear out. You're going to be all like, okay, well, if you was never going to go back home, then you are never planning on fixing the problem. When does the problem get fixed? At what point do we say, okay, we know we got to go back eventually, so let's start organizing now. Let's start getting our resources, getting this together, trying to build this over here, do this. When does that happen?
You see,
Or,
you
or,
you you
or,
fund the
or, hold on, let me
problem
finish
by
the
paying
question.
your taxes.
Or was this always an opportunity to get citizenship in America?
Listen, no one's ever thirsty for citizenship in America.
What ethnicity are you
So,
from?
oh my
Hold on.
God.
What ethnicity are you from, sir? Sir,
Somali,
you're Somali. Okay. How long have you lived in the
100%.
U.S.? How long have you lived in the U.S.?
20 years,
How old are you?
21.
Okay. So you came here when you were 1 year old?
Yeah,
So what age
basically,
do
yeah.
you, so how much longer are you going to live in America?
Forever.
Okay. Y'all see what I'm talking about?
Probably gonna go back to Somalia when I get rich, and then spend my
Mm,
money over there.
yeah, and you're going to go on a trip. Y'all visit y'all homeland like it's a vacation spot. Y'all don't go back to stay
No, I'm
back
gonna
or do
go back
nothing like
there.
that.
You see, what I'm gonna
No,
Enjoy the
do?
you
land
no,
for a
I'm
your
gonna
minute,
make
first
sir.
I'm gonna
answer. Hold
make
on,
all the money here, and then take it back home and
no,
spend
no,
it there.
dude. Your first answer was forever. So that means you don't ever plan on going nowhere else, on staying nowhere else.
No,
Your first
financially,
answer
yes.
was forever.
Financially.
Now ain't no
Financially,
financial.
I'm gonna
Okay,
milk
y'all see
America,
that? Y'all see that? See,
take the money,
once you
and fund
establish
back
the
home.
fact that they're not going back to their homeland, all that ethnic pride flies out the window
Are
like
you gonna go back
Superman.
to your homeland?
I am in my homeland.
Is the
It
white man
flies
gonna
out
go
the
back to
window
his
like
homeland?
it's Superman trying to save the day. It don't come back either. You said you want to be in another I didn't immigrate here, nor did my parents, nor did their
Yeah, you
parents, or
did
their parents, or
immigrate
their
there.
parents, or their
Of
parents.
course you did. You
You
came there on
immigrated here
boats.
as a 1-year-old baby.
You shut up while
Okay?
he's
You
talking.
came there
And
on
you not
boats,
talking about going back
just
at all.
like the
You don't have
blacks and
nothing to say
whites.
to me. You don't
None
have
of
nothing to
you,
say
none
to
of you
me.
are.
What do you think about the temporary protected status being revoked? What do you think about that, or being
Nor
removed?
the
What do you think
blacks
about
or
that?
whites are indigenous to America.
We're
All
What
not
do
you
you
are
think
talking
about?
immigrants.
Hold on,
about.
answer the question. What do you think about the temporary
All of
protected
you
status?
came there on boats.
What do you think about the I know y'all got big heads. Come on, you can comprehend
I
what I'm
just wanna
saying.
make that
What do
clear,
you
right?
think about the temporary protected status being removed, being
I don't
revoked?
give a fuck. I just want all you
You
to know
don't?
that
You
none
don't?
of you are immigrants. None of you are indigenous to
We
America.
ain't going
All
nowhere.
of you
Look,
came on
Black
here's the
boats.
thing.
Americans are not
Every
immigrants,
They
one of you.
sir.
control everybody. Hold on. They control all they want to. None of y'all are here. All of y'all are immigrants. All of y'all immigrants. That's funny because the only people leaving is y'all. It's kind of funny to say
Actually,
that because the only
You know what?
people.
Let me correct
Hold on,
myself.
no, dude. We ain't doing that. The only people leaving, the only people who leave is y'all. Okay. Now you say you live in
Yo,
America.
are we
You
not
don't
black?
have. Hold on, stop.
Whoa, are
You
you
live
not
in
talking?
America. Where's your accent from, though? Because you
Accent
got
is
like this
mixed.
UK
It's
accent. You
mixed.
got a UK accent. Where's that from?
It's mixed. I've been
It's
back and
mixed with
forth.
what?
I've been
Back
back
and
and
forth from
forth my
where?
whole life. Yeah,
Back and forth to
I've
America
been
and the
back and
UK.
forth my whole life. Yeah.
That's really interesting. That's
Why is
really
that?
interesting. Why don't you go back and forth to Haiti? How about that?
Well, I'm
I mean,
from
not Haiti,
Somalia.
Somalia.
I'm from Somalia. So,
Why don't you go back and forth there?
well, my goal is to make as much money as I can in America
No, okay, here's the
and
thing.
take that
Here's
and
here's the
build
thing. Y'all
Somalia.
lie. That's like y'all first language. You don't have an accent going back and forth. No, your accent comes from where you grew up. You did not grow up going back
My
and forth. I
wealth will
spent
go back
5
and
years here,
forth.
2 years here,
My
2 years here,
wealth,
2 years here.
my
That's
wealth
not
will
how
go
your
back and
accent
forth.
develops naturally. You grew up in a certain place because the way other people around you speak, how they pronounce words, you're copying that. That means you had to have been around them from your development of speaking. Okay? It wasn't no back and forth America, UK. Somalians don't even move like that. You might not even be in America, or you might be in America now, but that's not where you were from before. So now we can't trust anything you say.
Originally, I know where I'm from.
Okay,
Okay,
good, good.
Yeah,
Glad you do.
how long?
Afro,
How long? We're gonna move on, but how long did you spend in the UK?
about 12 years,
Oh,
and
so
then
you're
the
from the
rest.
UK,
So
not
I'm
America.
22. I'm 22, so I've
So
spent
you
12
spent
years in
okay.
the
So
UK.
y'all see that this man touching everywhere but his homeland. That's crazy. He
right.
going
But
everywhere
didn't
but his
we?
homeland.
They all do that. But Afro didn't. Well, I just saw. Did the UK just vote to throw out all the illegal immigrants? I saw like a town hall meeting. I guess I would call it. I don't know their
Hmm.
proper terms, but they made a vote, and everybody was jumping around. The immigrants over there got to go. Like I think the immigrants really need to do some self-reflecting on them, and why wherever they go, people want them to just leave.
About his
Well,
age too. First he said he was 21, then he said he was 22. We know that low IQ Somalian education is not helping you understand that 21 is less than 22 and 22 is more than 21. So you need to get your facts straight before you
mhm.
come up here babbling.
And here's the thing: when they be talking about all y'all do is talk about us, all y'all do is talk about us. We're talking about the Haitians and their response to the temporary protected status ending for them. And he's coming up from a Somalian from the UK is going to come up here. Okay. Do you see what we're going through? Because when we talk about immigrants, they all feel some type of way. They all fear that this is going to backfire on them in some type of way. You see that? Let's get with the hands though. Let's make sure everybody get a chance to speak. Y'all make sure y'all tap the screen. Let's get to Miss Honey Brown. Miss Honey Brown.
Hi, Afro. My name. So I'm FBA. I just wanted to say I don't think that if roles were reversed, that they would. They would. You see what's happening between them and the Dominicans. Like they're over there, like attacking each other. You see in South Africa what they're doing with the Africans in their country. They're attacking each
Mm-hmm.
other. You see how they are on immigration. So no, if that type of grace would not be extended to us if roles were reversed, if we were in their countries. You see there's xenophobic attacks between them on the same island, and you also see it in South Africa. The second thing is I feel like I don't think they ever had any intentions of returning back because they did not invest in their homelands. You don't see them trying to build up. You don't see them trying to start businesses and start industries there and transfer jobs over there or transfer their wealth over there. They claim that they're educated and they're rich, but you don't see them transferring that over to their countries like you see with some Arab and Asian countries. You don't see that happening. So they never had any intentions of returning back because they never invested in their home countries. Thirdly, I want to say what they do is an actual immigrant friend told me this, that when coming over here, the goal is for them to attack Black Americans, and they think that is going to get them a permanent spot in America, not realizing that this day would come. So that's all I wanted to add.
Yeah. Another point before we move on to the next speaker. Another point, and this goes for pretty much immigrants in general, for the very most part, not all, but for the most part. When they talk about we send money back, they send money back, we work in America, but we send money back over here. For the very most part, and a lot of them, especially Hispanics, but and technically Haitians are Latino, technically speaking. So a lot of them, when they do that, they don't send money back to the country. They don't
Exactly.
send money back to like, oh, we got to have a clinic, we have to have a hospital, we need a daycare for the kids, or we need this bridge built back, or we need this dam. They send money back to maybe their grandma, maybe their cousins, maybe something like that. So some money for people they know so they can, operate, but they're not like really trying to invest in infrastructure or anything like that. So all of that, y'all not really trying to fix nothing for real.
Right.
Let's get to T. Somebody says, nor do we. What are you talking about? Hold on. Somebody says, nor do we. Please come up and elaborate on what do you mean, nor do we. We
So
live
we
in
don't
these
have
countries. We
colleges,
live
we
in
don't
these
have
places.
organizations, we're not partaking in legislation or in lobbying, we're not doing any of those things.
I want to know, what do you mean? The only reason our community is doing anything is because we're here doing it. So what are you talking about, nor do we? Okay, let's get to T.
Yeah. So the only thing that I have to say is that Black Americans are delineating our ethnic lineage and resources to ourselves, and that's a big problem for all of these people who are not of our ethnic group, whether they are Black racially or not. And when I look at everything, because I'm young, I'm still 28 years old. I'm just looking at how they're acting. It's very weird how when we cut off our ethnic lineage from being exploited from everybody else.
What she said, a 30-piece
Okay, you was on. Okay, she ordering some Wingstop right now.
Order her over the
You
big
on the
smack.
mic? Okay.
When we decide that we don't want to be exploited from everybody else, that everybody decides that they want to have a problem with it. Black Americans are supposed to be people who people can exploit and use to get a better life off of. You know what I'm saying? And when we say we're not going to be your mules to be exploited for you to come here from wherever you've come from, whether you are from Africa or the Caribbean, Europe, or wherever you come from, Black Americans are not slaves. We are innovators. Black Americans have innovated everything here in the United States. We are a pop culture phenomenon. Our music is what all of you people copy. You know what I'm saying? And we are freedom fighters. We're the reason that you people, rather you're African or Caribbean or Asian or wherever you come from, can come here and live your lives free. You people come here and you have decided within your heart that you're going to side with white people against the people who have made it possible for you to come here and live free. When the white people don't like you anyway, they aren't the people who earned anything for you to come here. It was Black Americans that had to fight. My ancestors had to work for that. You know what I'm saying? They said they come to America to live a better life. Well, my ancestors had to work for that. They didn't give us anything. You know what I'm saying? And you think because you didn't work in your own country, and because you're racially black, and because your people who are mostly black in your country didn't do nothing, that we're like you. No, Black Americans are different from you. We're not Africans. We're not Caribbeans. We're not like you. You didn't earn nothing in your own country. You gave up whatever you had for someone to give you any dignity. And you came here to the United States to eat off of what white people lied to you about. Black Americans have earned everything we have in this country. And you come here and you benefit from what we've earned, and you have the nerve to disrespect us. When we tried to help you, so no, we don't care that they're sending you back to your country. Bye. Go home to Haiti and fix your country. 1804, right? You told us that you were so brave and that you fought and you did that in 1804. So go back there and do it. In New York, wherever you people are, in Florida, wherever you people are, go back and fix your country like you did in 1804 and leave us the fuck alone. Because we are here. They can't send us nowhere because we are lineage-based Americans, right? We are foundational to this country. Our ancestors built this country. That's all I have to say. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Okay.
You know what, Afro? Thank you, T. I remember you. Um, do you know the executive director on our New York reparations hearing is a whole Ghanaian? I was in the chat like, get him out of here. Like, they literally are playing in our face.
Mm.
I'm just over it right now.
Yeah.
I want to fight, but I got too much to lose. So
Okay.
I'm gonna let Ike fight for me.
There's a comment in the chat room. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna address this. Then
Yeah.
we're gonna get to Tiffany, and then Terrell, right? Well, what do Black Americans own? Black Americans don't own this or that or whatever, right? Whatever, right? Here's the thing: do Black Americans own enough of our community to function independently? Not anymore. We used to at a certain point in time, and that was sabotaged. So I totally do understand the sabotaging, the replacing leaders with puppet dictators and things of the sort. I understand that with other groups of people because I study world history, which is why I don't try to victim blame them for entirely their own conditions, because I don't tolerate when they do that to us. There is a key difference. The key difference is the intent of the people and the will of the people to solve the problem. When I see that there is a lack of will of the people to solve the problem, that is what I criticize. Because despite the flaws that may exist in our community, there has always been a movement to solve that. Whether we're talking about violence, whether we're talking about business, whether we're talking about health, whether we're talking about education, regardless of any of these things, there's always been people putting forth clinics. There are Black American clinics. There are Black American businesses. There are Black American gas stations. There are Black American schools. There is an intent, and always has been, to solve the issues, even though those issues were put onto us. We didn't do it ourselves. What I'm criticizing is the lack of will from other immigrants to solve their problems, and they're coming over here really feeding, and if I could use the word, tethering off of the success of another group of people, off of the rights and the liberties of other people's sacrifices. This is what I'm criticizing, because I would have nothing but respect if they were here and they said, okay, we getting our stuff together and then we're going back and solving anything. Okay, cool. But that's not what's going on. They're coming over here saying, okay, I'm here, I'm home now. They acting like this is home now. And then when somebody says, hey, well, you know, this ain't home, now folks is being done wrong. So that's why I'm like, no. Let's not compare. No, we're not comparing that. Let's get to Tiffany.
Yes, I was. I'm
Oh,
African
tap the screen,
American.
everybody. Let's tap the screen a lot. Go ahead, Tiffany.
I'm a Black American, born and raised in Texas. But I was just wondering, like I had went on one of those lives earlier. I'm still kind of freshly new to this TikTok thing. It's been a few months for me. But anyway, I was hearing the Haitians talking about that what about their homes? They just bought homes. And I'm thinking to myself, once y'all talked about the order, for people coming through earthquakes, gang violence or whatever's going on in Haiti. I was wondering, okay, if some of those people knew it was temporary, why would you buy a house? You didn't plan on going back when that's a temporary, order. And that was explained, I'm very sure, of when you first came over here, because I'm sure some people went to all other places besides just the United States. You know what I'm saying? If they did. But I'm just saying in general, and then the attitude is with Black Americans also, and I'm not getting that either. Hell, if something was to break off, we are here. We can't go home. Y'all can. This is our home. So I do not understand when some of them say, oh, y'all didn't contribute to anything. And I'm trying to figure out, did they even teach y'all anything in history about what Black Americans did and what our ancestors went through and what they sacrificed? But yet, I'm not trying to say it's a lazy thing or people don't work, because you have lazy people in all ethnic backgrounds. But I'm tired of hearing, oh, we work hard. We work hard. Okay, what about the people that were born and raised here that work hard as well? And some of the people that actually became American citizens. What about some of us who work hard also? What is the point in saying you work hard? And what was the point in getting mad at us because y'all got to go home? We didn't make that up. That wasn't us. We dealing with a jacked up administration right now. What does that have to do with us? And why are y'all so angry with us? That's all I'm just trying to state.
Thanks, Tiffany. Let's get to Terrell.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm FBA all day from New York, but I was raised around Caribbean, so I can speak Jamaican patois and all that.
Okay.
Father side FBA, mother side FBA, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I wanted to say this though, like something that, because I go into lives too with like, when they be talking, what I don't get is this, and I think, brother, you said it, like, if everybody comes to America, how you won't have a homeland to go back to. That's my thing. Like, and then when I go on these lives and they talk about their homelands, it's a bunch of people that's not even in their homeland talking about their homeland, talking about how their homeland is being colonized by Asians and everything else. But you don't want to go back. Like that. It's like, and then when you bring it up, it's like, okay, well, you know, the government. And I'm like, so y'all are wasting y'all breath talking about a homeland that you so love, but you don't want to go back to because you're all trying to come to America. What's the purpose of even having a life? Like, I just, that's just me. I don't get it. I want to say that. And that's the one thing I want to say. The other thing I want to say is like how, like, I don't the disrespect. Okay, so the other thing was a disrespect. So you want Black Americans to stand up for you. First of all, it's not a moral cause. This is not a moral cause. It's illegal immigration and temporary status. So it's not really a moral cause we're standing up to. But if you wanted Black Americans to stand up, why are you still disrespecting Black Americans at the same time? Talking about you built the United States. Like, I don't understand that. Like, you can't spit in somebody's face and at the same time want them to stand up for you. Like, their thinking process, I don't get it. Like, if I want somebody to stick up for me, I'm not going to disrespect them in the same stance. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that, bro. Like, I'm just like the lady, oh, yeah, we built America. Hold on, no, we built, whoa, you just got here 16 years ago. You know, like, I don't, why y'all Black Americans not staying? Because it's almost like it's a takeover. It's almost like, and I'm really upset at the Democrats because it's like, I get it, it's our fault because a lot of us voted. We're waking up now. But I'm really upset is because I'm feeling like all y'all did was bring a bunch of people that just want to come over and take over the country. That's all you did. And then you're mad at Trump for getting these same people up out of here. You like, that's all I want to say. I'm going to land my plane with that.
All right. Appreciate you. Let's get to Jeffrey Campbell. Jeffrey. Okay, well, Jeffrey's not ready. Then we're going to get to Blueberry. Blueberry Mother.
Hi, good evening. I just wanted to say this very, very clearly. The TPS ruling by the Supreme Court was very welcome. Now there's no BS that anybody can tell foundational Black Americans anymore. Okay? It's a matter of policy that these people have to go. I don't want to hear any sympathy for anybody who knew that it's temporary. Okay? I was in some of these rooms. These people were boo-hooing left and right. I understand Haitian Creole. I speak French. And I didn't feel anything for these people. Absolutely nothing. Because their agenda was to take over, take our resources, erase and replace us. The disrespect, now that Trump is putting the belt on that ass, they want to talk about, well, you guys should be, no. The time for making alliances was back there in the 80s and 90s. But you guys, none of those groups, whether they were from the Caribbean, whether they were African nationals, whether they were Asian, they all played on Team WS. They all decided that they were going to find a comfortable place under WS. Well, guess what? YTs don't like them. Okay? And now they're finding out what we've known for hundreds of years. See, they didn't want to listen to us because they bought all of that nonsense, all of that hatred. You had people with black skin, melanated people, speaking white supremacist, YT supremacist talking points, and then expecting us to come to bat for them? No. So this TPS ruling is a great event because now there's no excuses. They can just pack their shit and quit.
Okay, thank you. And we love the TikTok shop, don't we? We love the TikTok shop. Everybody, let's tap the screen. Let's tap the screen because we got about 400 people in here, so we can have 100,000 likes. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, Gonna keep it moving. Gonna keep it moving. Let's get to though. I do want to say this. I do want to say this. Considering what we do know about the conditions that Haiti is in right now, I get it. My thing is this though, as well. We have to understand this. The key word being temporary. It would be one thing if there was like a temporary protected status legislation and they were like, okay, you can be here for 5 years. And then on year 2, they are like, never mind, y'all gotta go. Then I can be all like, okay, I can see why there's a legitimate complaint. Not that they would have a right necessarily, but I can see where the feeling of betrayal comes from. I can see that. I can understand that. However, that's not been the case. The case has been where y'all had a temporary protected status and then it got extended and extended and extended and extended and extended and extended. And then Trump was all like, I'm not going to extend it anymore. That's it. It's over with. Now y'all acting like, oh my God, what's going on? Well, no. Y'all feel like there's a right to indefinitely extend the protected status. It's not like they said they tricked you with the protected status. Y'all is just not being extended forever. How long should the protected status be extended for? Like that's my question. For while you talking about extending the Haitian protected status, okay, for how much longer? Realistically, or do y'all just want the protected status to be extended forever, to no end? Like, come on, let's be for real. Let's get to
One
Alexandria.
moment, one moment. Reset your gift goal, please, Afro. Also, it's 407 people in the room. Please tap the screen.
Yeah,
Share the
don't make them
live
turn the
out.
comments
We
off.
have
How
some
do
open.
I do the because folks got to threaten to turn the comments off now, so I wouldn't want to re
It should be in settings,
oh, I
Afro.
see
You
it. I see
found it
it.
the
Yeah,
last time, yeah.
I see it. Jeez, man.
You don't want to give them another chance first? I mean,
Another chance to what? No, I'm resetting
to
the gift goal.
tap the screen before you turn the comments off.
Yeah, I'm not doing that
Because
right
that
now. I'm
loses
trying to
some of the
reset the
people in the
gift
room,
goal.
too.
I'm trying to
Hey,
reset the gift goal.
oh, Rashid. Oh,
Okay, well,
don't come in here saying hi
as
to
I'm
me.
doing that, Alexandria, you can go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'll mute up.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing this late evening? Well, I hear all the discourse going on about TPS, and I just want to say because I'm just getting caught up on everything, and I just want to say what pains me the most and what disheartens me the most about this TPS situation is the response from Haitians. Because in my opinion, I think that my country has been compassionate and merciful and gracious and generous to Haitians when they were in a time of dire need, when they had that earthquake. My country reached out and gave them somewhere to land, one of the best places on this planet to land, I might add. And so when they granted them this rescue, instead of them, and it's temporary, we know what that word means. They knew it was going to be temporary from the beginning. And instead of responding with gratitude, they have responded with disdain to my country. And that is something that I just don't understand how they could be so ungrateful, and it's not a good look for them. And so, with that being said, why would they even want to have their stay extended when they have responded like this? Now all of a sudden my country is racist, my country is mean, my country is nasty, blase, and all the things, completely disregarding my country coming to their rescue in their greatest time of need. And I'm disheartened by that. And they say that because y'all have to go home now. The time has come. And I see that Haitians are proud people. They love their country. They always talk about their country and they always talk about being Haitian. But the way that they're responding to going home, I can't believe that they are proud of their country. And they always say that they are hard workers, Now is the time for you all to work hard in Haiti to make your country a success and a place that you would be proud to live in. I think y'all looking at this wrong. This is your time to take your country back. Okay? So I think that y'all need to change your attitudes and y'all need gratitude. God loves people to be grateful. And God loves that when we can say thank you. So for y'all to spit in the face of the people who saved you, I don't think people are gonna forget the way y'all responded to this. And that's all I have to say.
That's true. I mean, y'all really acting out. We got over 400 people in this room. We can get to 100,000 likes in the next 5 minutes. It's 9:32 where I am. So in the next 5 minutes, by 9:40, we need 100,000 likes. That's more than enough time. Now, with that being said, let's get to Black American Radio.
Hello to the panel, to the fam, everybody in the chat as well. Hope everybody's doing all right. I just want to say this is a direct result of people biting the hand that fed them. People need to remember that we're the ones who took these people in, gave them clothes, gave them money and stuff, and they turned their backs on us. So why should we feel any remorse for people who come on here and bring violence into our communities while turning their backs on us, disrespecting us in person and online? I would say out of everybody who's melanated, it seems like Jamaicans and Haitians were the ones we've had the most actual hands-on conflicts with. So there's no reason for us to even feel any type of remorse of you guys going back home. We're the ones who lent out our services to you guys and our hearts and minds to you guys, but you guys disrespected us. And we understand you guys come from places where you're in competition with people who look, similar to you or just like you when it comes to your melanated skin. But then you brought that over here, and that's not how we operate over here. And we keep warning you and telling you guys what would happen if you guys continue to do so. So now that the time is here, don't sit up there and try to act like we should be feeling sorry for you, because it's not going to happen. There's no remorse, and there's not going to be any unity. And I'm going to land my plane right there.
Yeah. And that's another point, too, to be very honest with you. The whole Caribbean, y'all need to kind of understand the disrespect that we get, and as you said, in particular from Haitians and Jamaicans. Y'all kind of like the leading aspects of Black American disrespect and kind of being a troublemaker. Y'all making the whole Caribbean look bad in the sense. And I'm not saying other folk don't do that, but like the stigma that y'all have, y'all are carrying that for the entire Caribbean. So now when somebody sees somebody from Barbados, they thinking about, now all them Caribbeans, you know what I'm saying? Y'all putting a jacket really on everybody. Them, Trinidadians, and I'm not saying that there's not individuals that do that, but you have to understand, y'all should have been checking each other. That's the point. Y'all should have been checking each other. Y'all allowing troublemakers to be the representatives. Y'all allowing them to be the representatives. Then when somebody feels some type of way, now it's okay. Now nobody want to deal with none of y'all. And see, that's the problem of not checking your own. When y'all allow tethers and all that to go run amok, and then when people start to develop indifferent feeling towards y'all, now y'all want to cry that people are being cruel. That's not how that work. Because y'all have not shown that y'all different from that. So, consequences are unfortunate many times.
Let's after the other people speak. I'll just wait.
All right. Let's get to Mess.
Yeah, I'm Chicago Black American 62. And I'm listening to my brothers and sisters here. I'm probably the oldest on the panel. And it never has ceased to amaze me. I grew up in the 60s and the 70s. I know what it's about to be oppressed and mentally oppressed amongst our people from white tea people. What you seem to don't understand when you talk about Haitians, you're still talking about Black people, whether Haitians, Caribbeans, or otherwise. The reason Haiti is in the position it is in and the people suffer It's because maybe you people are ignorant of this. The political unrest that was established by the U.S. and France to this day, Haiti right now has still over $90 billion taken from them and deposited in U.S. banks because of France occupation. It's the single country in the Caribbean bordered with the Dominican Republic that has one of the greatest offshore oil resources in that region. You think because people come over here and you say that, well, they're biting the hand that feeds them TPS. I don't hear nobody on here talking about Donald Trump dismantling the DEI for African.
Because the
BX, let him
subject.
go, let him go, let him go, let him go. Continue. Mess, you can continue. Unmute yourself. You're muted. You gotta unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Because I was born in Mississippi. I've seen racism. I moved to Chicago when I was 12 years old. Eight of us in the siblings, right?
Okay.
My brother
Now,
was one of
so
the first
we
members.
will let you finish, but you got to give us some chance to respond. So don't,
I don't even
don't
talk.
grandstand. Go ahead and land so we can respond to you.
This is the problem that we have. This hate that we're dividing ourselves with now based on our own people, because white people say you're different from Haitians, Jamaicans. We all come from the same stock. And this mental psychological warfare they put on our people generation after generation has worked successfully. Here, we're in a public forum owned by one of the biggest companies in the world. And I listen to these platforms sometimes, and the way we be talking and disrespecting each other because we giving white people props for hurting other black people when we don't even look at what they're still doing to us here in America. 350,000 TPS on Haitians that were supposed to be leaving here right now. Those are the same people who work in the healthcare industry, helping old people, jobs that our people don't want. When they did the first immigration, getting all the Latinos out of here, who was picking the vegetables in the field? Because our people aren't going to pick them. Oh, get them out of here. They're taking our jobs. They're taking our jobs. I don't see no black people trying to pick no vegetables. But when the price go up,
Here's what I'm gonna let you
okay.
finish because I want to respond, and I'm pretty sure everybody else on the
Listen,
panel wants to
I've
respond.
been dealing.
Hold on, brother. Respectfully, I'm gonna let you finish, but I am gonna give you about a minute to close to land, so
Just
I can
30 seconds,
respond
all I
to you,
need.
and then
That's
you can
it.
hear what the room has to say, and I want you to stay for that.
Okay. All right. I've been dealing with my brothers in politics for years. Danny Davis, my actual congressman here in Chicago for 40 years. He's been on me since I was 5 years old. 50 black congressional members. The Black Caucus does nothing for our people, but we got a conversation about the very people who come over here and do the jobs that our people won't do. But then you say they're disrespectful, but you don't even consider why their country is in turmoil. Why are they suffering over there? By the direct hand of America and France for over 100 and something years. My people on this panel talking about we here in America, us people. You must think that you are special and you think white people accept you here. Because as far as I remember, black people are still getting third tier citizenship here based on redistricting, gerrymandering, and that's okay. But you're talking about the very people who come over here and do assist. Now, if they
Okay,
want to
20
kick out the
seconds.
TPS, that's okay. If they want to do the TPS, that's what they do. They kick out people and then they get our people to go along blindly thinking that you're patriotic to a man who couldn't give 2 cents about you in this country right now.
Okay,
And taking away laws based
thank you,
on our
sir.
people right now.
That's
That you allow
enough,
to come
Thank
over
you,
here.
sir.
sir.
Shut up.
Thank you, sir. I want you to stay because normally y'all will get.
Talk all this
Here's
foolishness
hold
here,
on,
but
sir,
they want to get upset now.
sir. I'm not getting upset, but you was going on longer than anybody else, and I stopped people from interrupting so you can continue.
I time
But
my
now,
time like 3 minutes.
sir, you're not, brother. I was looking at the clock when you first started. Okay. And I said, okay, let other people have a chance to respond. There's still people who haven't spoke at all. All right. But you can't just filibuster and go on this long rant. You made your point. We get it. We get it. Now, if you were here from the very beginning, you would understand, or you would have heard the fact that I acknowledged what they're going through. I acknowledge why it happens. I acknowledge the fact that it's not fair what they have to go through. I fully acknowledge that. Okay, nobody. You're sitting the way you're coming off. You're making it seem as if we're rejoicing at their suffering or rejoicing at that, instead of just speaking on the reality of the situation and the reality of the dynamic. Nobody. I'm not rejoicing at the suffering of anybody in the world. Okay. However, I am going to be honest about what they're doing or not doing about it, and I'm not going to sit up there and say that we should face, as Black Americans, we should face some type of suffering or sacrifice for them. That's not what I'm going to say. Now, here's the thing. We can understand that they're going through that. However, what we're not doing, while you want to talk about what we're doing and not doing, we wouldn't go to anybody else's country, despite whatever reason we're going there, and disrespect the natives of that land. That's something we wouldn't do. First off, culturally, we wouldn't do it. And second of all, that country or those people wouldn't allow that. It doesn't matter why they're coming over here. That doesn't give them a reason to be disrespectful. It doesn't matter at all what the condition was that brought them over here. They still need to show respect, period. We should be so sympathetic for their condition where we're turning the other cheek to blatant disrespect. And see, now he left, to blatant disrespect and bigotry. No, that's my point. My point is, I get why you over here, but if I let my cousin, if I let my brother, who I'm related to, stay at my house, I ain't gonna let them disrespect me. Yeah, I get, okay, yeah, you might have got kicked out, your house might be flooded, might have got burned down, boo up the band, whatever. Whatever condition brought you here, I get that, but you're not going to disrespect me while you're in my place, period. That's it. Then he's talking about they're coming over and they're doing essential jobs and all that stuff. They're not. They're here on protected status. They're not coming over here and they're not no vital aspect to America. Y'all keep with this Democrat talking point, trying to make it seem as if immigrants are coming over and they're a super vital necessity to America. They are not. With Trump's ICE campaign, where you got a whole hundreds of thousands of them being deported, you would see hospitals falling down and bridges falling. You're not seeing that.
Yeah,
The way
5
y'all,
minutes.
hold on, sir. Let me
Somebody
finish.
knocked
Let
me
me finish.
off.
Hold on. Let
Somebody
me
knocked
finish.
me off. I didn't leave. Somebody.
You know what?
No,
Okay,
Nobody
well, you might
knocked
have
you
failed, but
off.
stay
There's
right
too
here.
much in the
Here's the
room.
thing. Here's the thing. Y'all are not seeing that. This whole narrative of, well, you know, they're so here because they're doing stuff that we aren't willing to do. Y'all not willing to do it. And if they leave, nobody's gonna do it. No. That Trump has been in office for 2 years now. That's proven that's a lie. On day one, he had ICE up here grabbing folk. And you still got fruits at the store. You still got vegetables at the store. You still got bridges. You still got people getting their AC fixed. You still got this. You still got this. All of the stuff that they were saying we were going to go without illegal immigrants, we still have. He's been here for 2 years. I've been rounding folks up all around the country for 2 whole years, and we still have all of these things. So clearly that proves they are not no detrimental necessity, and we need them here. We don't. We still got folk at the hospital. We still got everybody. So stop with that. That narrative that we need them here. That's propaganda and it's
One
been
moment he
debunked.
didn't
Okay,
land.
hold on. For you to say that we're manipulating or we've been manipulated into hating them, nobody, first off, I don't hate them. I don't hate them at all. I don't really hate nobody, for real. I hate systems and I hate injustice and people who do those things. But do I hate people who are just from another place? No. If you behave a certain way, I can hate your behavior or dislike your behavior, but that's you as a person. That's not me hating. Well, if you're born on this place, I don't like you. No, let's be real. I'm not like that. However, I am going to acknowledge common behaviors that stem from a certain place. And if a common behavior of disrespect and disregard comes commonly from another place, I am in my rights to call that out, which is what we're doing here. Where you're talking about the temporary protected status, my question that was not answered by anybody, how much longer should we extend the temporary protected status? Or should we just give them citizenship just cause at this point? Because what's the difference at that point? How much longer? The temporary protected status has been extended for several years now. Now somebody's saying they're not going to do it no more. At what point was the temporary protected status going to actually be quote unquote temporary? When was that going to happen? Let me let other people go. BX, what do you, I know other people got to.
So he missed some very pivotal points, right? So they never talk about what happened after 1804 until they say America rushed in, right? Haitians actually invaded the Dominican Republic. So we're not talking about saints here at all, right?
And they betrayed what John Dessalines too.
Yes.
Then they turned their back on the person who led the 1804 revolution. They turned their back on him and betrayed him and offed him.
Right. And
so
they
let's
also
put all
made
of that into context.
Now he's talking about France and America, but he never mentions Germany. They made a backdoor deal with Germany. Don't you think America would have rushed in then? I'm tired of old nigga babble. He is 62, and my mother said the same thing.
Hey,
they got the same talking points. I ain't finished yet. I ain't finished.
She's the mind. Don't let her get you.
So they have a script going on
She's talking
about them. These old people have a script about them. We ain't in change yet. I love that the country is America first, but people of a certain economic class that are Democrats.
Okay, don't get in your feelings, brother. Listen to what she has to say, man.
So you allow people to
they don't care about the rest of us, and it's their fault that we are in this position. It literally is. Y'all had a chance to stop it. Y'all never listened to Dr. Claude Anderson or anybody else as long as y'all were okay. We have black farmers, right? And what's unfair to the black farmers is that everybody comes over and benefits off of things that they're fighting for, but they ain't got the bloodshed in this land. We can't do it no more. They had 16 years. And need I remind you, Yvette Clarke gives them funding sent to stimulate Haiti's economic growth. Did you ever stop to think if it's spiritual for us, it's spiritual for them, and their ancestors want them home? There's no government over there. Go over there, put in a government, and run your country. But they're doing too much. They're being put out of every country they're in. St. Kitts said they can't even enter. That's not America's fault. That's you old niggas' fault. Because y'all never got up to physically go and help the Haitians. You want to help the Haitians, go home with them. Self-deport with them. But don't come over here chastising us. Don't chastise us.
You finished?
Chastise yourself.
No, she's not.
You dropped the ball.
So
you dropped the ball.
Right. This is what your platform is. You telling me I got 5 minutes. You've been on for 10 minutes. She on another 6 minutes, right?
No, first off, you clocking her. I'm clocking everybody. She ain't been on for no 6 minutes.
Not at all.
And you've been on way longer than that. And I kept telling you, you're going to have to land. Now, hold on, sir.
Y'all been sitting up and talk for the past 15 minutes. And
first off, if I want to talk for a whole hour, I can do that. You're on my platform. And I let you speak. I let you speak with the intention, sir. I'm not gonna let people disrespect me. You're not gonna cut me off. You're not gonna cut me off while you talk about being respectful. You're not gonna cut me off.
Please don't drop
I let you speak despite
right.
That is old nigga babble.
She said old nigga babble. Okay.
How many employees do you new niggas have? How many employees?
Okay, hold on. Stop.
Where you from?
Stop, everybody.
How many employees do you employ of your own people right now?
Now, didn't I tell y'all? Hold on. I told him, I said, stay here. I'm going to let you finish. I'm going to give you an extra minute. He's already been going. I'm going to give you an extra minute. I'm going to respond, and then I'm going to let some of the people on the panel respond. Okay? Now you're cutting everybody off because you don't want to hear their responses.
No, I didn't say I want to hear their responses. What you're saying is ass backwards. You can't disrespect.
Okay, well, then just listen to it. That's their response. If you feel that way, then you need to just be quiet then. If you cut people off again, what you're doing is now you're grandstanding. And we're not going to sit up there and do this where now you're not allowing nobody else to speak.
To her. She cut me off several times. You said nothing about that.
Yeah, actually she did.
Man,
she
we
did
grow
cut
some
you off,
nuts
and I did stop her initially. I stopped her initially so you can finish.
You stopped her, but she did it anyway, though, right?
Then you stopped. Then you started cutting her off. I'm not going to explain myself to you, actually.
I know you don't have to.
I
Because
don't
that's
have
your
to.
co-host.
Pull
I
ass
Okay,
up and
you be
drop down,
quiet,
punk.
Beth.
EJ, you
He's
got it. EJ,
centering
you got it.
himself.
What tired of these old Negroes coming up here? Because I had to discipline one of them last time on the
Speak up
panel.
a little, EJ.
Don't do nothing
For nobody. Sorry about that. This old nigga babbling is messing up my signal. We love TikTok shop. The moral of the story is it's people like him that give our people a bad name when it comes to trying to, fight back against these tethers that's trying to, come together and just be brothers and sisters because their TPS is being revoked and they got to get on that one plane ticket to, Dirt Cookie Airlines back to their homeland. Now the moral of the story is with these Haitians is if they had the spirit of 1804 that they have in 2026, maybe their country will be so much better. But when you have old babblers like this talking about black Americans don't do this, black Americans don't do that, sir, we don't work for cheap labor. We've been in this country for hundreds of years and we done paved the way for all these immigrant groups and
You
we
ain't
done gave these
Haitian.
people so much.
I
Oh
was
man,
about
calm
to.
Don't
down before
start
your
cutting
teeth fall out
people
your mouth.
off.
Don't interrupt me, ma'am. Calm
Yes.
down. Have some decorum about yourself before
Grown
your
ass
teeth fall
nigga
out.
sitting up here talking
Shut
his
your old
babble
ass up
shit.
before I drop you, man. Calm down, sir. Please. Have some decorum
That's
about yourself.
enough. And I knew he was gonna crash out. That's enough. That's enough. But you see that he was going on and on about what we ain't doing and how we manipulating, how we brainwashed and all of this and all of that. And I said, okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm gonna let you finish. People started jumping in. I said, nope, let him finish. Let him finish. Okay. And then afterwards, you need to listen. And he couldn't do it. He started cutting me off, started cutting BX off, started cutting the EJ off. I knew he was going to do that. I was just proving a point. I was proving a point. His lack of emotional discipline just proved that everything he was saying before is purely based off of emotion. It was a knee-jerk reaction. It wasn't anything that was logical or historical or anything. EJ, please finish. Then we got to get to some of the new people.
Let me
Let's get
finish
to
before one of these old
Manica after
depends
that.
wearing dookie diaper
Monica.
insects come up here and interrupt me again. I smelled the Democratic shield and biscuit crumbs all over his face. Now he came up here talking about black Americans won't do certain jobs. Yeah, we don't work with cheap labor. You're gonna pay me what I'm worth. I've been at my job for over 10 years. The day that these people stop paying me at my job, the day they won't never see me. These tellers might work for free and they might work for biscuit crumbs for the YT supremacists. But we have learned before that when you work with these people, they're gonna throw you away like a bad habit. And the moral of the story is, it's punks like him. It's suckers' fault. It's people like him from their generation's fault that wanted to be friends with all these people. And that's why we in the predicament where we are, because of old punks like him. And I suspect that he's a Democratic shield who wanted to come in here and be wishy-washy towards black Americans' fight to get these tellers out of our country. These people are useless when it comes to going back to their homeland and helping their people. And that's why they out here chimping out, crashing out, and being terrorists. So for all you Haitian tethers and that old ninja that just got up here and made an ass of himself, straight up donkey, stinking up the place, I want you to have that same energy in y'all homeland, and y'all need to take him back to Haiti and see what barbecue do to them. So with that being said, I'll land my plane, and I got to spray my room because he left it funky.
All right. Let's get to Monica. Hey, appreciate all of the likes and the gifts. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all very much for that.
Yeah, it's a great day. Thank you for having me up. Great day, everyone. Damn, I wanted to dress him, but I understand why you dropped him. But I'll do it anyway. Like he mentioned, France and the U.S. BX said a lot that pretty much addresses that. But the point is, he's acting like we're not talking about majority so-called black country. Like who let France and the U.S. in? They just always skip past this part. Who let and allowed France and the U.S. into their country? And talking about picking tomatoes again, I think BS addressed it. We have farmers, like that's literally a whole movement. Us trying to buy natural foods. You see our people selling foods from their own crops and stuff like that, buying land. Like that's literally a whole movement. It was a fight against a lot of black farmers had to fight for their land and stuff like that. We come from a history of doing that. Like it's not a big deal. I've done it. I've done ranch work like in modern times. I've worked on ranches just to educate myself on how to do it. No one's went around and asked us, oh my God, do we not want to pick tomatoes? Do I want to work slave labor? Excuse me? No, I don't. Like, what was the point of fighting for this? Why would you come over here if you had to be subjected to that? You know what I'm saying? That's number two. As far as him mentioning DEI, DEI never benefited black Americans. It's white women. Affirmative action is same. And mostly immigrants. Even if you go to these colleges where they got into these schools like that, it's mostly immigrant people, immigrant stock and stuff like that. And he, of course, he mentions white people. No one mentioned white people. No one's even talking about white people. And you addressed earlier about building a country. They're all talk. No one can ever mention who's supposed to build the country. They came over here, got jobs, they maintain certain things. You came here with a country already built. You can literally see silent films. I'm from New York, and it literally looks like today. And that was back in those days. And silent films, like the Victorian era. So what did you come here built? What you wouldn't have come here if nothing was already built. What would be the point of that? You might as well stayed in the Dust Bowl you was in, just to go to another one. If you had that ability or that know-how, it should have been found there. You build it in your own nation, then you spread out and you take that skill set with you and everything else. And I'm just so embarrassed about how you have that mentality still existing, where he literally just he's willing to undermine his own community to promote other people, and then try to make it seem as if we're bad for being patriotic. But yet he will sit there, and I know it's for a fact, it's okay for them to be patriotic, not even in their own homeland. Like when New York City, there's flags everywhere. People bring their flags, wear their flags everywhere. BX, I think she's from New York, obviously. Like you'll see all these people coming here with their flags waving. They're showing what? Patriotism. But for some odd reason, as Americans, we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to look for ourselves and put ourselves forward. Like every nation does that. But when it comes to America, is a problem. It's like they've made us feel ashamed of that. And he mentions whitey people as if we don't have the right to be patriotic in a country we built and created, because he's so used to a rhetoric of being a so-called slave, not doing nothing, not accomplishing anything. And there's no way in heck, regardless of what you believe, you built it. You're not gonna let nobody kick you out and tell you. Ain't nobody asking permission from whitey to call ourselves American. Like we're not seeking about anybody asking them for permission to do that. We don't need white people to say, hey, you're Americans. You can rep. No, he's sitting here saying how, we want white to accept. It has nothing to do with them. I don't care if they accept us or not. Like, that's not the point. We're American despite what they're talking about. I never had a white tee say I wasn't American. That's the whole thing. I never even had no white tee actually say that, question me where I'm from or anything of the sort. Even when the racist ones, they don't sit here and say, oh my God, you're not, Americans. I've even heard them distinguish the difference. So at least it's rare. I've never heard it. So only one trying to strip us from our American is people who are not from here or people like him, a Democratic shield. And it's so disgusting. It's so weak and disgusting to me. And that's why a lot of people think they can disrespect us, because of people like him. Trying to act like we're some lost people with no homeland or some crap like that.
Mm.
But yet a white tea person, like he mentioned, they get to say they're American though. You ain't sitting here throwing that rhetoric to them, how they're immigrants. You're not doing that to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just annoying. It's disgusting to me. I'm absolutely disgusted. I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I don't choose, but I just, if you're a voting person, I would definitely not suggest, nor would I ever vote for that party. Because it just created it's the weakest, just most like self-sabotaging people. And that's all I have to say.
Yep. And notice he said, and I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna have to circle that because a lot of people want to come up now, and that's okay. That's good. So I'm gonna have to cycle the panel through. But notice he said, well, you don't understand exactly what they've been through. You don't understand what they've been through. Okay. Where does that line get drawn of, well, you've been through so much, now you can be disrespectful to the people you're coming to? What level is that, where there's so much going on from your homeland, you can come over and just act a fool? You can do whatever you want to do to whoever you want to do it to, regardless of their welcoming, regardless of their generosity, regardless of them giving you an opportunity. Where does that line get drawn? Come on, you talking about, oh, we have to have understanding. See, there's a line where sympathy becomes foolishness, where sympathy becomes an opportunity for people to abuse you. You should not accept abuse under the guise of being super sympathetic and understanding. Now, with that being said, let's get to Candy and then Handsome Zoe.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm good, Candy. How you doing?
Hey, hi, Sister VX. Hey, EJ,
Hey.
Black American, how y'all doing? Black Vanguard, I see you. Yeah, so I think that this is a good thing. So TPS was always intended to be temporary, and to that guy's point, what really irks me is the jobs. In my opinion, I look at it like this. I feel like what they did was they came over here and like crossed a picket line, if you will. Some of these jobs are not filled because they weren't paying a livable wage. Some of those jobs where they're taking care of the old people, we could argue whether or not they're even doing a good job, or if they're not just bodies, right, in the building. And no offense, I think that, some jobs are thankless, but at the end of the day, they're not paying a living wage. These people cannot work for what they're paying. See, these people are on these TPS, they come over here and they get all these immigrant perks that they swear up and down don't exist, like Section 8 and all this assistance. You can afford to work for peanuts because you don't have rent to pay. You see, they're getting all these goodies and giveaways and then want to tell us what we're not doing, right? So having them leave is going to be a good thing. And then when you talk about the farms, they have robots coming in. They have robots right now. They're already getting those farms ready to run themselves. They have been working on that for I don't know how long. They don't need those people. Those people are not doing some job that they can't hire some people to do. They could easily find some people to help out. Everyone is not book smart. We have plenty of Americans that wouldn't mind working on a farm if they could make enough money to at least get to work every day and pay for their living expenses, right? So we know that they're just full of it. And then the next thing is that the program was intended as strictly temporary humanitarian measure. It was not a pathway to permanent residency. And the fact that they have been trying to make this thing permanent and keep extending it, and people like Yvette Clarke and the tethers of the Demon Rat Party is exactly why a lot of these programs are ending now, because they have been abused. They are no longer being used for what they were intended for, and they are a loophole for some other type of abuse on the system. It was never intended for long-term residency. They were supposed to eventually take their butt home. And with all the disrespect that some of the Haitians have given Black Americans, we don't owe them anything except a goodbye, and don't let the door hit you where the good Lord, amen. Okay, so we don't have to sit here and cry over people that disrespect us on the regular. Okay, because I know one thing, not you going on a public platform where there's cameras and all these people going to see it calling us dirty Black Americans. You can miss me with all that. Don't come crying now. It's a bunch of y'all who about to go. And guess who going to be at home minding her Black business? Okay, and I land.
All right. Let's get you Handsome Zoe.
It's good, family. I've been patiently waiting. I just got a few questions. Where's Ghana? Didn't they do the right of the abode and say, bring the Black diaspora back home and you have free citizenship and all that? I mean, don't Ghana see what their Haitian brothers is going through? Don't Nigeria see what their Haitian brothers is going through? Well, what about Liberia? They say we all from there, right? Didn't they say we all every Black person that's melanated in America came from West Africa? Yeah. So where they at? I'm just wondering because the Haitian brothers need some help. But no, but what this tell me? It tells me that the Black Americans are the most civilized Black group around the world. Because every group understand they can live comfortable around us. Yeah, if those groups of Haitians go over to the West African nations, they'll be slaughtered within like a few months. Because that tribal stuff that they go through over there, and you see what's going on in South Africa right now because they're kicking everybody out of there. So remember, Ghana has a right to abode. If y'all want to go to another country, I heard Ghana look good. I've never been there. I heard it look good. I heard it's expensive and everything, so it has some luxury stuff there. Go there. Work there. Y'all should be good. Remember, y'all said we y'all from there. Remember? Go over there. That's how I look at it. Thank you.
That's a good question. Come on. While y'all want to talk about, y'all want to be the quote unquote leaders and the spearheaders of the reparations movement, y'all not even accepting Haitians over there, even though Haitians were part of the people y'all sold to, if we're going to be honest. Because all of those people went there. All of those people, when they were selling folk off, most of those people, if we're going to be honest, went to the Caribbean. Most of them did. So yeah, let's tell the truth about that. Let's get to Pretty Brown Eyes. I'm gonna have to cycle the panel through.
Thank you so much for allowing me to come up, host. Actually, I'm Black American. I'm from Florida, and with this TPS situation, I just believe that a lot of Haitian people, they didn't think that it was going to run out, that their time was actually going to run out. I think the most Haitians could be in Miami, Florida, and New York. I think that's where the majority of the Haitians reside in the United States. I know South Florida, they pretty much, they're just like the Hispanics. They're pretty much the Black Americans' existence pretty much have been wiped clean. Um, they've capitalized on everything, resources, and I'm not. I don't like to kick people when they're down, um, but realistically, TPS stands for temporary status. It was never put in place forever. Um, a lot of Haitians, they started coming in the 80s and the 90s in South Florida. They've been able to have a lot of children. So their children, realistically, I mean, they've had children. So they've been able to benefit with businesses. They have more businesses in South Florida than the Black Americans do, because they've been able to benefit as being an immigrant in South Florida. It's just, I don't want to, I can't say it's a sad situation, but I just believe that it's time to go and just come back legally. I think TPS should really be for all immigrants, and they should be able to come back into the country the right way. Immigrants pretty much, if you ask a Haitian person, should Black Americans get reparations? I'm sure the percentage will be very low. I've even heard some Haitians feel that they are entitled to reparations. And I'm like, really? How? How do you think you deserve reparations? Like, really? But they actually believe that. And they actually consider themselves Black American if they're naturalized. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy to me. But I'll just land there.
That's true.
Somebody else go.
It was supposed to be is temporary, and that's a key thing. And there's gonna be people who's gonna be all like, "Oh, look at them! They're mocking us and they're kicking us when we're down." No, that's not what we're doing. We're not relishing at anybody's demise, but what we are doing is let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. And every time we do it, when y'all don't want to, when it doesn't help y'all or make y'all look good, y'all will gaslight or exaggerate. It's not even really gaslight, it's really exaggerate, okay, and embellish on what's being said. No, let's tell the truth. It was temporary, and y'all tripping about it, and that's not a good look. Let's get to Black Vanguard.
Up, everybody.
How you
So
doing?
good. So about a week ago, it was some Haitians did a panel talking down about our good brother Camilla Anthony. The trial was going on. I heard it on social media. It was Haitians that come from Haiti. A lot of them was on temporary protect status that talk a whole lot of mad shit about Camilla Anthony doing his trial, saying he's guilty, he deserved time. So I got on the panel. I'm saying that when your temporary protect status ends, don't be begging Black Americans for help. He said, "Yo, we good. Temporary protect status gonna last. We gonna be here. We gonna be here forever." He said though that the Supreme Court's not gonna sign against that. They was hoping that Kamala Harris gonna get back in office so that temporary protect status could be in for another 4 to 8 years. So their goal wasn't planning on being here. So the Haitians, everyone's one of the main Caribbeans talk a whole lot of mad shit about foundational Black Americans. You had that Haitian was called Black Americans Dirty, and also you have these Haitians perpetuate the negative stereotypes of foundational Black Americans. I know y'all remember World Star Hip Hop that was actually created by a Haitian, I believe, during the early 2000s. He made millions of dollars off of Black American dentistry. Same thing. You have that Haitian woman, Mona Scott. That I think she owns a thing called Love and Hip Hop. She makes millions of dollars off of perpetuating the negative stereotypes of Black Americans. And also is that you can't name me not one Haitian organization that fights for Black Americans. Haitians don't patronize support Black American businesses. When was the last time you see a Haitian supporting a soul food restaurant or supporting a barbecue restaurant or occasional fish market restaurant in Black American society? You don't see that though. They don't pay to not support our businesses though. Haitians got their own organizations that's exclusive for their people. You got the Haitian American Caucus, you got the Haitian Bridge Alliance, you got all these Haitian scholarships, grant programs. If you're not a Haitian descent, you can't get you can't get none of the scholarships like in South Florida and in Miami and also in New York and Boston and Springfield, Ohio. Haitians got their own scholarships, grant programs. If you're not a Haitian, you can't get none of them Haitian scholarships if you're not Haitian though. But the Haitians, they could classify themselves as quote unquote Black or African American. Shout out to delineation. They could classify themselves as Black African American, get our Juneteenth scholarships, and grant programs. So Black History Month for our Dr. Martin King Jr. scholarship grants programs. We say no more because we can't go and get none of their scholarships as specific for their ethnic group. That's all I got to say.
Appreciate that. It's very true. I mean, let's be honest. There's been a lot of opportunities that's been given, and now people are saying, "Okay, the time for that is up now. It's over with now." Let's get to the next speaker. Let's get to Lottie. We're gonna get to Lottie and then Cold World.
Thank God. I'm gonna say this. I pray that we get the reparations. I pray that all the melanated nations across the world get their reparations. We done gave them a doctorate. We done gave them the whole true field of study to go get it in their home. We done showed them how to do it. We don't have our own country. We built this country and we have the same resistance that they have. We have taught them how to go get it in their land. And for them to turn back around and siphon off of our own, you gotta go. Because if you are in an army and you sign up as a soldier, you gotta roll with that regime. These people want the same status as us, but when do you see them riding for our children who get mishandled by the law and anything else? They want the same stuff we got, but where are they at riding for us if we supposed to be all the same? Y'all got your own countries over there. And I'm going to say this because it's real. Back in the gap in this country of America, this shitstem that people call it, there was people who was incarcerated, right? And to get reformed back into this country, all those low-paying jobs that we're paying people from overseas, they would let second-chance people who were special needs and incarcerated, who were from the soil, learn those trades. And we've gotten so many historical FBA millionaires and strong minds who have come from hardship. And these people have come here because when we got our stuff and we got our grains and we build our crops, we say, yo, let's reach out to the other people because we are the most godly, most versatile, melanated folks in the diaspora. We are that. So we gave them that. And the sense of entitlement that they dare try to do is sad. They got their own flag with their nation of melanated people and have the audacity to say you outperform a person in this country who showed you the game. That's like me teaching you how to play basketball, right? And you from Nigeria, and I show you all the game, all the dribble moves, all the swag, all the trash talking, and you surpass me because you got an accelerated process and you turn around and bite the hand that feed you. We done gave them everything that they need. Reciprocity means because we allowed y'all safe haven for the past 50, 60, 70 years, we want ours back. Go back home and give us ours back. Maybe we want to take a vacation to a melanated land with a safe space without getting our pockets taxed. We done taught them everything that we known, and they gave us sense of entitlement. So that is a flagrant foul, so they are ejected from the game. I'll land there.
All right.
That was bars. That was bars. Flagrant
Love
foul.
it.
They
I love it.
ejected.
Use
Yes.
that. Let's get to Cold World. We got a lot of people still requesting, so I'm gonna try to give an opportunity before we wrap up for everybody to come in. The hatred is real. Look, no, 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 no. And if you're Haitian, I invite you to come up. To We haven't had any Haitians, or at least anybody who's claimed to be Haitian, has not come up yet. And I know there's Haitians in the room. I'm seeing y'all in the chat room. If you hate, if you feel any type of way, come up. Everybody's gonna be quiet, and you get to say what you want to say. Oh, you requested. Okay, hold on. I didn't know you was. You didn't say you was Haitian. I didn't know. Okay, hold on. Let me.
I'm gonna drop down to give somebody an opportunity to
Got
come
you.
up.
Got you.
Appreciate you, God.
Got you.
Okay,
Okay.
brother,
You
I'm gonna
see how
follow
easy
you.
that was? You see how easy that was? Okay. All right. Okay. I didn't know you was Haitian. All right. I was gonna let everybody up, but okay. I'm gonna expedite that and let you up real quick. But before you go, we're gonna get to Cold World, and then you get to go.
Peace, fam. How y'all doing today?
We good. We good, brother.
Hey.
Wait, put
What's
me on
going?
first. I'm Haitian. Oh. I didn't know you was. Okay. Well, Jolie was here first. Then you get to go. Okay. I didn't know. All right. Okay. Cool. Go ahead, Cold World.
What's up, BX? What's up, EJ? What's up, family? Love everybody, man. Y'all stay on. Y'all stay on Peace. point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so listen. I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to address the older class, and then I wanted to address the tethers after that. As far as the older class, I learned studying leadership. It kind of blew my mind. Most people don't understand the highest level of leadership because our conveyor belt system that they educate us on, it kind of insinuates or teaches us that the highest level is independence. But the highest level is interdependence. And interdependence is based on trust and based on unity and teamwork. You know what I'm saying? That is kind of, I think, why we come off or are more astute in a lot of areas because we have a culture of working together, whether they lie to us or lie on us or not,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think as far as the older class goes, they are not willing to pass the baton. One of my favorite things about the Black Panther movie was when they had the young people in charge. And they also had the elders in the ranks, very respectful, giving guidance and wisdom. I think that format. That's why I love what you do, Afro Elite and EJ and BS. I love your support, but I love to see the young people take charge. The young people speak up, do their research, their due diligence, and when they speak intelligently. That's so inspiring and so encouraging for our people, bro. So that's one thing. I don't think the older people. I think they're some of them, not all of them. Some of them are holding on with pride to what little bit of authority or level they think they have, and a lot of it is just basically outdated. A lot of them are still watching the old news channels and don't understand what social media and the internet is. They don't understand we can educate ourselves and we can pick what we want to watch now. So that's one thing. That's the older people. As far as the tethers, I heard the other night somebody was asking why do they keep lying? I try to convince people. I try to talk to them. They don't listen. Like, why do they keep lying? And they all tell the same lies. My thing is, I'm pretty sure we discovered this, and y'all already talked about it a few times. I think these people who have been making money off of free labor for the last 400 years invested their money around the world, educating everybody on how to undermine us. I think everybody who is not eating dirt cookies and trying to get a realistic meal in their third world country, I think they're signing up for these democratic schools left and right because it's the only way to get off of their dirt diet. You know what I'm saying? And so when by the time they get here, they've been fully educated on white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole game plan. I think they're spending money to educate people on white supremacy because in their mind, no matter how much money they spend doing that, it's cheaper than giving us our money because they know we have the makeup to actually do right by the world and actually run the world the right way. I'll end there.
All right. Thank you. Before we go, we almost at 200,000 likes. Everybody, let's tap the screen. Let's tap the screen. Let's go ahead. So let's get to Jolie.
Thank you. Hi, guys. My name is Julie, and I am Haitian. I've been asking to put on because I have a lot of, I guess, clarifications on certain things that was said that weren't true. I am not here to disrespect anyone, and based on what that Haitian woman had said months ago about Black Americans, whatever that she said, what was it again? If you can, if you could
Dirty Black
remind me.
Americans, how we're dirty.
Right. Yes,
Mhm.
and I don't agree with that. That was very disrespectful. Not every Haitian think this way. Don't know why she said that. I've never encountered any negativity from the Black American community. I don't give the disrespect. They don't give it back to me. It's all love there. Now, I can say though, just to go back, I came from Haiti at the age of 12. Um, I was brought here by my parents. So in regards to the TPS, I'm very well versed in that because I was under the TPS. Now, there's a lot of, I mean, based on what you guys have been saying, how TPS should be ending, it was the T means temporary, which I totally understand. But within that same temporary protected status, it does states that for it to end, the country has to be safe enough to receive their citizens, and which that's why the whole back and forth with them fighting for it not to be over is because um the Haiti's still not safe. People are still killing people, which again, I know it's not
Say
you guys is
unaliving. Say unaliving.
sorry, unaliving.
Okay.
It's my first time on alive. It's not you guys' responsibility to fix Haiti, but when you think about it, um all the things like firearms that I don't know if I can say that words up on there, but those things that the gang members have in Haiti, they're not made there. They're being supplied to them by people here in the US and surrounding Caribbean countries, right? So we would love to go back to Haiti, and if I could personally fix Haiti myself, I would. I am very passionate about Haiti. Again, I lived there since I was 12. I've never been back because I'm afraid that if I do go, especially as a diaspora, they're going to look at you, oh, you got money, you'll get killed. They will chase
Stay
you around and
unalive,
chase your
dog.
whole
Stay
family. Oh,
unalive.
sorry.
Unalive.
Sorry. Right. So those are the things that people that are here that would love to go back are afraid of because of things like that. It's not that we don't want to go back. It's just, it's not safe yet, which I totally understand. It was temporary. If that's what they decided to do, cool. Now, with the benefits with TPS, again, there were some things that were said that were not, sorry, that were not accurate. I don't know if when the Biden administration, when they did if the people come in under the TPS, they could be here for 2 years and they have to go back. I believe those people were eligible for benefits. The previous group, we were never eligible for any benefits, financial aid, Medicaid, or any of that. If you see any Haitians under TPS that are something today, it's out of their own pockets. I myself, I can say that I was under TPS, and right now I have a master's degree in nursing. I paid for that out of pocket, not one dime from the government because I was not qualified. I'm married now with a Haitian. He's a U.S. citizen. We have 2 children together. Both of our kids were not qualified for any Medicaid because of my income, because of our income together. So as a Haitian, I don't benefit from any benefits from the US. Again, I totally understand you guys' frustration and anger because of what the girl said, which is not true. I mean, which is not right, right? That was wrong of her. But not all of us feel the same way.
Okay.
Now, with the whole, I don't know why she made that statement, but I can speak based on what my cousins from Miami experienced. They were born here. Based on what they said, they were not even allowed to say that they're Haitians because if anyone find out that they are, they would get jumped.
That's okay. Not by us, but okay. I'm gonna
But
let you land. I'm gonna let you land so we can respond. So we can respond to you because there's other
okay,
people want to jump in there, and I want to address what you had to say too.
sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Number one, I want to say, and I said this in the beginning of the live, I do understand and acknowledge the conditions that were put upon Haitian people to make Haiti be in the condition it's in. Okay, I understand that. I understand that there's been a whole bunch of sabotaging, plants, governments. Y'all had y'all president targeted recently and all of that. So I get that. I'm not being ignorant to that fact. However, I always have to follow that up with the question of, I get it's not safe to go back. When will it be? And what effort is being done by the people to make it safe to go back? Because I'm seeing videos, and I reported on this before, it's on YouTube. I'm seeing videos of them coming over talking about, I'm buying a house, I want to raise a family here. Okay, and they're upset about Trump reversing the temporary protected status. I'm all like, okay, y'all know he would have to extend it, and then the next president and them and them and them and them and them would have to keep extending it. So there's too many people who want the temporary protected status to be extended forever because they just want to stay in America. The people at the bottom, it's not like, I really do want to go back. A lot of them, and let's just be honest, a lot of them don't want to go back. Maybe you do. I'm not trying to say you do, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them are buying houses. You're not buying a house if you plan on going back. A lot of them getting married, trying to have kids. A lot of them not trying to go back. And let's be honest about that. Let's be honest. Too many of them are not, which is why they tripping about it. And if they were, there would have been a huger, more concerted effort into changing the condition there. They would have been trying to build forth infrastructure and all of that. Because why is there, I'm going to say this one time, why is there gangs running everything? What is the condition that causes them to do that? A lot of the violence, and this is around the world, a lot of that is because of lack of opportunity. Okay, all right, fine. If there's a lack of opportunity in Haiti, which causes the condition to be what it is, then there are Haitians in America who can do things to create more opportunity, who can build infrastructure, who can put clinics there, who can put jobs there, who can do these things to fix the condition so there can be a safe return. And that's something that's not happening in mass. Not one or two people doing it, but in mass, that's not something that is happening. All right. So I want to get to that. Now I want to get to the second point as well, too. I don't know you personally. This is, I think, my first time interacting with you, so I'm not going to speak on you. I am going to say the narrative that immigrants don't get no type of benefit is not true whatsoever, period. Maybe you, I'm not speaking on you, but in Chicago, there's a bunch of different resources, websites, capital, opportunities specifically for quote unquote non-documented Americans, for illegal immigrants, okay, that they're able to come get resources, job opportunities, education, and all of that. That I know for a fact it happens in Chicago. I know it happens in New York. I know it happens in California. I'm pretty sure it happens in Florida as well too, but it happens all over the place. So the narrative that we're just coming over and everything we're just getting it out the mud, let's be honest about that. I'm not saying you don't work hard, but let's not be disingenuous as there were never any opportunities, never any type of benefits or scholarships or anything you had access to. Because I know for a fact that's not true. I've seen it. I've gone to the mayor and talked about it. So I've seen it. So come on. I'm not saying you, because I don't want you, but you might have done everything. But for you to make it seem like you are now the representative and there's no access to immigrants, they don't have any access to opportunities, to capital, to anything, that's not true. That's not honest.
Can I go? I'm sorry.
Yeah, BX.
Can I make a correction, please?
Hold on. She's the mod, so we're going to let her say something.
So when they bring up this GUN smuggling, I know I'm from New York. What state did you reside in, Jolie? What state did you reside in?
I'm in Florida.
Okay, that might be a little different. But no, not a little different. It's usually a Haitian, right? Say a Haitian American helped to smuggle the GUN there. There are some Americans involved. So that's a dual effort. Don't act like it's just Americans doing that. Your own people is helping Americans do that smuggling of the GUNs.
Oh,
And this
I'm
thing
sorry.
here states,
Can we stop? Sorry, I'm so sorry to and
no, because I didn't
Ma'am,
cut
hold
you
on,
off.
hold on, hold on.
So here's the thing. If a Haitian under TPS has like a dual type of immigration status, where they're also seeking asylum, or they entered in Florida, would be a good example of this. If they enter as a Cuban Haitian entrant, they can get certain benefits based off of that. I don't know how she came in, but she was under TPS. So if they have the dual thing going on there, but they can't get SNAP. But the other stuff they can get. In Oslo, we know I go down rabbit holes. The Yvette Clarke, the Jamaican representative, works alongside other politicians, and they get incentives for just Haitians, right? That Haitian caucus and that Caribbean caucus gets incentives just for Haitians. She also demanded no less than 97 million to deal with the Caribbean GUN smuggling. She also gets money to incentivize or stimulate Haiti's economy. Y'all are getting money from here while being under TPS. That comes from my taxes. I don't want to pay for Haiti, and only
Money
brought a
from
friend.
where?
I
Where?
finished.
What
No,
I
money?
no,
finished.
no,
Let
dude,
I
her
don't
finished.
jump
finish.
off your mic. Don't do
So
that.
here's the thing, because I do my research. That's what investigative journalists do, right? So here's
Not
the
one.
issue for me.
Hey,
Here's
Let
hold
the
on,
her
hold
issue
on.
for me.
speak.
I
Who is
brought
Just
you up
talking?
finish.
here. I can take you down. Don't do that again. Don't
And
do that
that's
So
again.
here's
cool,
the
bro.
issue for me.
Okay,
All of
well, if it's
Haiti
cool, then
is not
goodbye.
a mess. All of Haiti is not a mess. When y'all come into our homeland, y'all displace us because y'all not going to the white tea people land, and y'all bring y'all crime and all type of stuff with y'all. Like, so you did it on your own, so you say, but the fact that you're even in this country is a handout. The fact that you could say you live in Florida, I know you had to displace one of our people or took an opportunity from one of our people. The buck got to stop sometime. Temporary means temporary. They reviewed Haiti. It's okay to go back. Port-au-Prince is the only place that's messed up. Tell the other Haitians to take y'all in. Why we got to be the adoption center for the world? And why doesn't St. Kitts want them to even enter? The same reason why St. Kitts don't want them there may be the same very reason why we don't want y'all here.
Okay, hold
Zotown
on.
comes to
No, no,
mind.
no, no, no. Okay, do we have any Haitians in the room who want to request up?
can I speak
I'm gonna
now?
let you. I'm
I'm
gonna
in the
let you
room.
Okay.
I'm in
respond.
the room.
Do we have any other Haitian besides you? I know you are up here.
I'm a
Um.
Haitian.
Oh, you're Haitian. All right. Okay. Jolie, you can respond to what was said, and then we'll get
Okay.
to Cliff.
Okay. Thank you. Um, I was speaking from my personal experience. I personally applied for Medicaid. I did not get approved because of my citizen status years ago, right? So, and that it states that the reason why I was not approved was because I didn't have a green card. So that's why I'm telling you guys that people under TPS, well, in Florida, this is where I experienced it, do not get those benefits. Now, I did hear the recent newcomers that came under the Biden administration that they were, I think they gave them SNAP or whatever. I've never qualified for any of that. Okay. So again, I'm speaking for myself based on the what you call it, denial letter that I received.
Ma'am,
So I've
why,
noticed
if
that
you're gonna
Hold
speak
on,
on
let
it,
Candy. Hold
why
on, Candy.
lie?
Hold on,
Go
Candy.
ahead.
there's I'm not lying. I'm speaking for myself.
But hold on.
So
Do you see how you were being disingenuous though? Because
I
before, ma'am, Jolie, before you tried to make it seem, you said you were coming up to correct what we were saying, and you tried to make it seem as if we were telling a lie about benefits that immigrants get or people from with protective status get. You came up here and said that that was disingenuous. Now you're saying you tried to apply specifically for Medicaid and get denied. But there are other people under temporary protective status that do get benefits. But you tried to frame it as if they don't.
no. I didn't try to frame it.
Yeah, yes,
The
you
first
did.
time I
Yes, you did.
spoke, I said the newcomers under the Biden administration, I heard that they do get benefits because I know people that receive snaps,
You
right?
said
I
word
personally
for word.
I
word for
said the
word,
people
Joey.
from
You said
before
word
that.
for
No, no,
word.
sir. People from
The narrative that immigrants are getting government assistance is false. That's what you
it's
said.
not fully accurate because again, I was under
That's not
TPS
what
and
you
I did
said,
not
Joey.
get
But continue. Go
I
ahead.
was under TPS and I did not get those benefits. Again, I spoke when I mentioned that the ones that were receiving it were the ones that came under the Biden administration for the 2-year period. Those were the one that was receiving. I'm speaking based on the TPS that I was under before Biden. And I'm not, again, when
And,
I came
and
up here,
when did you get your degree?
I was an LPN. I got my degree in 2016 as an
And then
LPN.
when did you
I got my,
apply?
say that again?
When did you apply for Medicaid?
2013 when I was
2013.
pregnant. Correct.
Okay. All right.
So 2016, I received my LPN degree, paid
Uh-huh.
out of my own pocket, and I'm noticing people here saying that I bought my licenses. Please don't be
Don't address the chat
disrespectful.
room, just address the room.
Yeah, that's very I
Okay.
understand there was a whole thing that was going on back in Miami. I'm not a part of that. I
Okay.
earned my LPN degree in 2016. 2021, I earned my RN degree. 2022, I got my bachelor's. And in 2024, I received my master's degree in psych. So right now, I'm employed working as a psych nurse practitioner. I'm being very respectful in this life. I was just correcting how I guess you guys were pretty much putting everyone under TPS receiving benefits. And I wanted to say on my case, I did not get qualified. That was back in 2013, and I've never tried again. So
Okay.
my degree were paid out of my own pockets. My children are under insurance on my job. We don't receive any government supplements at all.
Okay. But let's say you don't. You came up here and framed it as if what we're spreading misinformation about the benefits that y'all get, and now you're acknowledging yes, there is a lot of benefits that people under TPS
When
receive,
I first
and they
came
have
on,
been.
I said the
Hold
ones
on, man,
under
hold on. Let me finish this because they've been receiving that the first time. I'm pretty sure there was some type of assistance your parents got when they first got here. You know, when they first got here, they didn't have a place to stay. They're not from America. A place was given to them. There was opportunities and things given to them so they can have an economic floor and an economic footing. So maybe you, because of whatever conditions, I'm not sure, but let's say for the sake of the argument, you were just as qualified for all of these benefits and you're lying and you got denied. You came up here and you tried to say that we're not being honest about uh temporary protected status people getting benefits. That's not true. And just because you're declined when it comes to Medicare doesn't mean you're going to be declined when it comes to housing assistance. Doesn't mean you're going to be declined when it comes to food stamps. Doesn't mean it's going to be
yes, food
declined when.
stamps correct. I got denied back in
Okay,
2013. Never
okay,
tried again.
okay, okay.
Never tried again.
All right,
Again.
ma'am, hold on though. Let's say you get denied everything you try to apply for. That does not mean that people under temporary protected status as a whole don't get government aid, because we know they do. And you came up here trying to correct it as if we're being dishonest about that.
Okay, can I speak now?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you land, then we're gonna move on.
I'm about to fall asleep on the head, and I want to say something.
Okay, can I speak?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me make myself clear again. Again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anyone. Based on what I've heard for the people under the TPS that came under the Biden administration before Trump came on, those people were qualified for snaps and all of that. Based on my experience back in 2013, I did not get qualified for any of those things. Financial aid, negative. Food stamp, negative. We never tried to apply for no housing or anything like that. When we came, we had family here already. We went to their house. They helped us and we got on our feet. We are doing better now. Again, I'm not bad talking Black American or America as a whole. America gave me a chance to be here and be who I am today. That's not the argument here. I appreciate being here and I've never disrespect any Black Americans. I don't agree with what the girl had mentioned to you guys. It's not right. So I didn't come here to argue. I wanted to make sure that I guess putting everyone in under that same umbrella isn't accurate when it comes to my situation.
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
say
Well,
this?
here's the thing.
So I
Here's the
think
thing. We're gonna have to move on, but thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay.
if I could say this, Afro, I think the problem is she's trying to paint her as an outlier, as for painting up for the whole group, and say, well, since I did good, yeah, that's you, right? And shout outs to you. And you can't say you didn't get any assistance because TPS is the assistance. What are we saying? So you did get assistance. You being here through TPS is the assistance. You didn't just get it on your own, because if you did it on your own, you'd have got it on your own at home. So we gotta start with this. Shout outs to you. I'm happy that you able to make it and do your thing. But we not gonna sit here and paint you and make you be the face of, oh well, since I did it and that means everybody else is, no, we're not gonna play that game. Yeah, yes, you did it. Shout outs to you. But yeah, that you're an outlier. That's cool.
My thing is, and then we're gonna get to Cliff because I know you've been waiting in EJ. My thing is that when we say immigrants come over and receive something, does that mean every single last one of them are receiving the exact same thing? No. However, when someone comes up and say we're incorrect, we're misinformed or spreading misinformation, when for the most part y'all do. There's a few exceptions where y'all get denied, but for the most part y'all wouldn't be able to be over here if y'all wasn't getting assistance. Most of y'all, you say you might have had family from here before. A lot of folk don't. A lot of folk are coming over here. They have no family over here. They have no place to stay. They have no job. They have no money. And they're coming over here getting subsidized by the government. And that's been a thing. It ain't been a thing since Biden. That's been a thing well before. Now, Trump, that might have slowed down, especially in Florida, but that's been a thing. That's been a thing. So let's not act as if we're just making stuff up. Now let's get to Clifton. Cliff.
I just make this real. TPS is so because they're not safe in their homeland, right? But we've been asking for an anti-HATE, bill forever. So I mean, yeah, you really got a benefit.
Let's get
That's all I
let's get
wanted
to
to point
Clifton.
out.
All right. Finally, man, goddamn. Yeah, so basically, right, I don't even know where to start because, yeah, I got so much points to touch on. But, yeah, first of all, I don't know why all of y'all be thinking that every Haitian that come in here comes through TPS. Like, what do y'all think this is?
Okay,
Y'all
let me
think
ask
that
you, hold
every
on.
Haitian over there...
Before
Right.
you do that,
Uh-huh.
how long have you been listening?
I don't know. Probably like 1 hour.
Okay, you've been listening for an hour. What has been said at all this entire time to make you think that we honestly believe every single Haitian in this country is TPS? What makes you think that? When
Because
has
y'all
that been
keep
said?
focusing on that TPS. Y'all keep talking about, oh,
Because
the
the
benefits of
subject,
this, the benefits of
sir, the
that.
subject is about TPS. So we're going to be talking about TPS and who that applies to. Okay, I need you to stay with me. We're going to be talking about that and who it applies to. Go ahead.
All right, so I can't even like pinpoint what points to start on. Like, there's so much
Because
I need to
you were
touch on, so
incorrect,
much
and I corrected you. Go
misinformation.
ahead.
All right, yeah, you're right about that. I could agree about that, yeah, but there's so much I need to touch on, so much misinformation that y'all spreading is crazy.
Like?
And like me personally, I just came with my visa. Like, I travel every year. I used to vacation here every year, and TPS, I do understand that it's temporary, and I do not disagree with that. It's temporary. It's not supposed to be here forever.
Okay.
And on top of that, not all of Haiti is bad. Haiti has multiple cities. It's only one of the cities that's terrible. Like a few cities, and most of the country is actually good. So
BX said that. I'm waiting on the misinformation you said that all of the misinformation you said we were spreading.
Right. So I don't get it why y'all think that, oh, they don't want to go back, they're fleeing, they're doing this. Most Haitians shouldn't have a problem going back because the country for the most part is safe. It's only Port-au-Prince that's
Okay,
really the
so
main issue.
why do you
So
think if
I'm not sure what's
they
going
don't
on.
have a problem going back, why do you think in this prompt right here, here's a picture of a protest of them not going back? Why do you think that exists? Since this is misinformation, and actually they do want to go back, why are they protesting not to go back then?
I have no that there. Those Haitians are probably from Port-au-Prince or something. Maybe that's why, because it's really unsafe over there. That's why they probably don't want to go back. But for other Haitians from different cities,
Okay,
I don't
but you
think they have
said
any
we were
problems going
spreading
back.
misinformation and you wanted to correct us and said Haitians shouldn't have a problem going back, and we literally showing you visual evidence of Haitians who have an issue going back. So
I said most
where was the
shouldn't have a problem
misinformation
going
on
back.
our part?
Oh, y'all talking about benefits and this and that. What benefits? Y'all swear immigrants get like a loan, like they get free food or something. No,
I told you
they
they
have
ain't
to
never
get
going to
it from
admit
the
it.
mud.
I told you they'll
They
never
gotta get
admit
it from
it.
the
They
mud.
get goodies and
Because
giveaways that
there's
they
hey, why you
deny
interrupt
every
me?
day.
Why you
Okay,
I
interrupt
ain't
me?
see
hold on,
it.
Ken. Hold on.
Be civilized. Be civilized real
Sir,
quick.
sir,
Yeah.
sir. I
Look, keep
wouldn't
your
even
ass up, man.
go with that argument. You just had another Haitian woman come up with that same narrative that I don't know what benefits y'all talking about. She just came up here and tried to deny the existence of a benefit of benefits, and then had to confess that that was not true. Okay, she had to really recant that statement. So you coming up here with the same argument she just pretty much had to admit was false. That's not a good look. All of that, what benefit? What benefit? There's too many. The thing is with y'all is the cat is out of the bag, and there's way too many people who know. So y'all can't keep denying it exists. There are way too many of us who know it. Y'all might as well be honest. What benefit? What money? I don't got to check. Stop doing that.
Nah, there's
Because
no benefits. I
that
started
makes
working.
people
All right.
that makes people lose any type of respect for y'all at all periods. Stop doing that.
And
There are
that's the thing.
benefits.
And
Stop.
that's the thing. Haitians, like me personally, and other Haitians shouldn't be looking for respect from Black Americans or any other ethnicities or whatever. They shouldn't be looking for respect from anybody. They should just be who they are. Let Black Americans do they thing. Like we know we don't rock with each other. We've been not rocking with each other. So
He
I'm
never
not
not
sure
rock
why.
No,
with
no,
you
no, no, no,
though.
no, no,
I'm not.
no.
I
No,
don't know why
here's the
Joey
thing.
came
When
on
you
here
talking
being
about
all
looking for
soft and shit,
respect,
bro.
no. Y'all should. Y'all should want to be respected people, as everybody should. Y'all should want your ethnicity and your group and your country to be respected. That is well, we just this bad, we might as well not fix ourselves. No, you should want respect. Now, that doesn't mean we're asking you to kiss up and suck up to us, but yeah, you should want your country and your ethnicity to have respect among society. You should want that. And
Well, now listen to this, right?
the fact that you don't care about the respect of your people is problem enough. That sounds
That ain't no
weak. It sounds
That ain't no
defeated.
issue. That does not sound weak at all.
It
Because Black
does. It
Americans
does.
they're gonna be disrespectful regardless. It
You
does
said
not
no, no,
sound
no,
weak.
no, no. It's not going to be. We going to be disrespectful regardless. And now you're trying to make it seem like there was always a 50-50 rivalry. And the other lady tried to make it seem like that too. If they found out you were Haitian, you would get jumped. That narrative that Haitians have been going around spreading, that Black Americans have just this instinctive vitriol for Haitians in particular. No other West Indians, no Africans, just Haitians. Out of all people, we find out you're Jamaican, cool. We find out you're Trinidadian, cool. We find out you're from Grenada, Barbados, cool, cool. Cuba, cool. Haitian, we gotta fight. Like, come on now. We know that's not true. Stop doing that. Stop.
That's a fact. Florida, that's how it is in Florida.
That's not a
Jamaicans
Yeah,
fact.
the
That's
speak
not true.
Caribbean,
different
sir,
language. They speak.
That's
not
not
Black
true. We
Americans. It
were
was
not
the
doing
Man,
that.
Caribbean.
ass up. Damn.
Right, right. It was the Jamaicans doing that,
You
beating
know,
y'all
people
down,
can
shaking you out your
differentiate.
pockets.
You know, people can.
No, no, hold on. Let's be clear. Let's. Can we clear this Afro? Cause I'm tired of hearing this. Can we, if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
Um, it was the Jamaicans putting you upside down and shaking the change out your pockets, not us. They was the ones knocking you upside your head. What we did, we roasted. I will say that because we roast. We roasted 100%. But it was the Jamaicans that was picking you up, throwing you around like you a WWE wrestler. It wasn't us. So y'all keep getting the history confused and trying to put that on us. We don't got nothing to do with that.
First of all, ain't no
If black
Jamaicans
Floridians have a
that put
problem
me
with you,
upside
you
down,
probably
cause
did
'cause
something
they
to
going
those
6 feet.
black Floridians
Cause
to
they going
make them
6 feet.
behave
Yeah,
that
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You
Because
ain't gonna
black
He
do
people
making
are
nothing.
Do you
loving
think?
excuses.
Hold
people.
on, let me
He
ask you
making
a question.
excuses.
Well, since we're on this talking point, and there's another Haitian that wants to come up, and I'm gonna let her up in a little bit. But since we're on this talking point, out of all of the immigrants that come from the Caribbean, out of all of the immigrants that come from Africa, just those two, really, because we can talk about South America and everything. You think is we have some type of animosity specifically and exclusively towards Haitians?
Yeah, because of the
Okay,
language
okay.
barrier.
If we do, let's say we do. Let's say we do. Why do you think we do?
Said it. The language barrier. Haitians are different than all them
Oh,
other,
okay.
like,
There's a language barrier.
immigrants.
So there's a
Yeah,
language
we
barrier
speak French
between.
and
Hold on, hold
Creole.
on.
Yeah.
Let's elaborate, because anytime you bring them up and then you allow them to elaborate, they start to overtalk because it doesn't make sense. There's a language barrier between you and us. Correct? Correct?
Yeah, correct.
Is
Yeah.
there not? Hold on. Let me follow it up with. Is there not a language barrier between us and all other immigrants?
Like you talking about Jamaicans and Bahamians, they speak English.
No, no, no,
These
no,
the
no, no, no,
these
no,
the other
no.
immigrants that
No,
were
no,
there.
no, 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 no. I said all other immigrants. Period. Africans included. Mexicans, Hispanics, all of them, Latinos, all of them included. Is there not a language barrier from all immigrants?
Nah, the Africans, y'all know y'all rebellion Africans too,
No,
right?
no, no,
Y'all
no,
were
no,
rebellion
no. I'm
Africans too, right?
asking.
Damn
No, I'm
question, dang.
asking a question. Answer the question that I asked. Is there not a
Yeah, there
language
is.
barrier?
There is, yeah. What's
So
your
if
point?
if there is, hold on, if there is a language barrier between us and, let's say, Kenyans, Nigerians, whatever, then what makes us specifically despise y'all because of this language barrier?
So first of all, most immigrants that were in Florida were Jamaicans, Bahamians, and Haitians. That's what it was. You talking about Mexicans, and let me elaborate on Mexicans and, like, them non-black immigrants. Y'all not gonna believe them. Y'all know y'all suck up to non-whites, like to
Hold
non-blacks.
on, let them
Black
talk.
Americans
Everybody,
suck
I
up to
know.
non. Yeah, y'all suck
Hmm.
up to them. Y'all love the white team, man. Y'all suck up to them. That's why y'all always focusing y'all energy on terrors, on black immigrants, on this, on that. Let me ask you a question, right? After all the Asians leave the U.S. and y'all got y'all land back, y'all get y'all job or whatever, what's going to be different? What's going to be the
Yeah, it's gonna
change?
be over
Like,
You
here
want
like,
talking.
look,
are you
look.
going to
A
are
lot's
you
gonna
going
be
to get your
different, but
country back?
here's the biggest
Or are you
difference.
actually going to get your
Here's the biggest difference. You won't be around to find out. That's the biggest difference. You're gonna be someplace else. You won't be around to find out. But you know what? We're gonna move on. That's what we're gonna do.
Look,
But
get your
I want to
stupid ass out
pause.
of here.
But I want to pause though. Y'all see the whole. We used to get jumped and we used to get beat up and we used to get attacked. And once you start asking them, okay, let's talk about that. Let's elaborate on that. Why? What made? Why? It doesn't make sense. There was a language barrier. There's a language barrier between us and everybody else. What? So why were we specifically attacking y'all so much so y'all had to hide your identity? Why does that make sense? If there's a language barrier between us and all these other immigrants, they didn't have to hide their ethnicity and identity, but y'all did. Why is that? The reason why that is because all of the beefing that y'all had going on was from other Caribbeans. That's the thing. The Caribbean started narrative amongst Haitians. There's an issue with them. There's infighting among the Caribbeans,
I
Jamaicans
would
and
like to
Haitians.
know where you're
Hold on,
from.
ma'am. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on, ma'am.
Miami?
Hold on. I can't hear you, but I need not to.
Yeah, we're
There's
not
an
doing
issue
that.
between all of them. Dominicans, Haitians, we know they be beefing and feuding, and they come over here and they bring that over here. They bring different tribalistic practices over here, and then when they get attacked, they want to say it's us. It's not us. When you ask them why, it doesn't make any sense because it never has been us. We all just walking around and he be like, hey, I am from Haiti, and you just get jumped. No, that doesn't make any sense. And y'all know it don't make no sense. Y'all like to do that as a reverse Uno card anytime we bring up y'all disrespect. Anytime we acknowledge y'all disrespect, y'all like, well, I got jumped when I was a kid. Can't prove it, but I did. And it was by a black American. I know that for a fact. No, Now, there's too many of us who know that now.
Host, can I submit since I
Uh,
come from the third world
Afro, I'm
country?
about to be in a bad area. If you could put me back up, brother,
All
appreciate you.
right, all right. Okay,
Host, can I submit?
let's let EJ, you got like a minute because we still got to get to the rest of these people. Ghost, go ahead.
Yes, I come from a third world country, Africa, and my submission is my childhood, I've grown up watching black movies, music, and something changed around 2016.
Okay.
Something changed as a person in Africa, in third world country. I saw there was a change
One
of
minute,
the
one
music.
minute, ma'am. Africa is not a country, it's a continent. What country in Africa are you talking about? What third world country specifically?
Okay, I'm from Kenya,
Okay, thank you.
and I just
Continue.
wanted to say that there was something changing because I've grown up watching the black movies, the black culture, and I have loved the black culture. But I noticed that there was something changing
Mm-hmm.
from the information that we were getting from the immigrants in America. How is that they started now? They're the ones who started painting the black Americans as lazy. They don't want to work. They want free things, and they don't tell people back home that they are actually given benefits.
Mm.
So to me, I feel there was a replacement. I have grown up watching black music, and suddenly I say now hearing Africans taking over all the screens, listening to African music. I'm like, where are my black Americans? And instead of these black Africans becoming allies to the black community and telling them that my brother, maybe, or my sister, maybe there is something wrong. No, they never spoke. Maybe they kept on enjoying. And the hypocrisy is that they come and paint you people as lazy people. You don't want to work. You just want everything for free. You are always angry and that you're always jealous at them. Even in the comment sections, I don't know. Some comments can support me on this. When they get the money, they are saying that these countries are unsafe. If you ever got time and travel to Africa, most of these countries are safe. What these people do is they send money, all their cash, back to their respective home countries, be it the Caribbeans, be it the African, be it all over the world. And they build mansions, create businesses. So this thing gives them ego to start stepping on the black man who gave us a chance.
Okay,
They
thank you.
start
I'm gonna
disrespecting
let you
the black
land because
person.
we're gonna be wrapping up not too long from now. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and land.
Yes,
I'm
and
gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
another thing, when they play the sympathy card of slavery in Africa, my people are the ones who showed the whitey people that this tribe is the strongest. So then they showed those people that these people are the strong. So they became greedy and started selling more people. But that one, they don't speak about it. That was
Mm-hmm.
all.
Well, thank you. Um, and this is what we've been saying. So thank you for that. This is what we've been saying. Why people want to come over and then start flexing. All we say is, okay, well, let's compare apples to apples then. We're gonna compare apples to apples, and then y'all be acting like that's unfair and folk doing y'all wrong and y'all being mistreated and all this. Do we have any other Haitians who want to come up? Because we've been up here for like a couple hours. But go ahead. We're gonna get to.
Akko
Oh,
I got some comments.
yeah,
okay. We're gonna get to y'all.
It was Akko and then
Okay,
2K.
okay. I got you.
Okay, can I speak now or?
You got it. You got it. So
Okay.
you're Haitian, right?
Yes, I'm Haitian.
Okay.
Well, I guess thank you for giving me this opportunity to, speak with within this matter. So we understand that a lot of Haitians understand that, in everything there's outliers. So let's start with that. A lot of Haitians understand that TPS is very much temporary. And as someone that has been in the military, also, I moved here when I was 14 years old. I came to this country, and one of the things that I noticed coming to America is like America is a melting pot. That's one of the things that I noticed. Like you will see people from different part of the world in America. America gives you this opportunity to step in someone else's country and understand their culture and everything. That's one of the things. We understand that TPS is very much temporary. And I'm not going to say that there's no benefit. That would be a lie. We all know there's benefits out there for immigrants in general, not only Haitians, but TPS. A lot of other nations have also used TPS. So I understand that, the topic right now is Haitians, this and that. But TPS is not only Haitians are not the only nation that benefit from TPS. TPS is this thing that the government put there to help those people that their home feel unsafe to come and found a place where they can survive while everything is okay and where they come from. So having that mindset where people are saying like, oh, Haitians waving their poverty flag, I feel like that's very disrespectful because America is all about diversity. It's all about, people come from different countries. Like having that mindset where people are making it seem like TPS, only Haitian this, only Haitian that, which is, I think that's very much ridiculous because there are other nations that are taking great advantage of TPS. Like as someone that's barely on social media, I have seen multiple videos where you will see other, I don't want to say Black American, but you will see that where people will be like, I don't want to go to work. I want to have the food stamp. I want to have this. So if they have the benefit here, if the government allow us to participate in it, so you guys saying like, we can't participate in it. And I understand right now they are cutting it, which that's the whole point of being temporary. We understand that. So, it feels like when the benefits are here, it's not like we came and we stole the benefit. They are here. You have to apply for it. You have to do paperwork for it. So, which a lot of immigrants have done. So, as someone who went to college here in America, we did a lot of things here. For example, when I was in college, they have this thing.
I'm gonna let you land because I want to respond to what you have to say. But
Yes. So there's like when I was in college, there was this thing called birthright, right? And no one could apply to it. Only Jewish people can apply to birthright. They had that, right? And I've seen scholarship where they said you have to have this type of color eyes, you have to have this type of hair, you have to have this type of accent to get it. So that's where the melting pot come from. I understand, like right now,
you've seen a scholarship that said you have
no.
to have a certain color eyes to
Yeah, they
apply
have
for that stuff?
scholarship. Yeah, they have scholarship like that out there where you
Really?
have to have some
Okay.
type of features to get them. Okay, they have the
Really?
scholarship.
Okay, I
What
gotta look
country?
that up.
What
Where did
country?
you see that from? Where did you see that?
Right.
They have the scholarships out there. I'm not
Like
gonna
for
go
Where?
and.
what? For where? For
Yeah.
where though? Where have you seen that?
So can you guys let me speak? But
No,
like
No,
this
no,
is
no,
this
say
is
what
no,
you gotta
wild.
no,
say, cause
no.
they
We
ain't even
can't let
talked
you
yet.
speak
Just
Like
now.
say your
No,
I'm
no, no,
point.
no,
saying like
no,
I'm
no.
saying like there's different opportunity out there that target a different group of people. So they
Okay,
have
man.
those out
Okay,
there.
here's the
I'm
thing. Hold
gonna
on.
Google
Let's
it. I'm gonna
pause.
Google it and send it.
Ma'am, okay. Let's say you Google it. Let's say you do that and send it to us. But what we're not gonna do is you're not gonna go on a million miles an hour and then you spread bits and pieces of fantasy and misinformation, and then us, by not correcting that, we're kind of approving that or giving that some type of validity. All right. So that's why I'm asking, okay, where have you seen the scholarships that say you have to have a certain type of eyes or hair color to apply?
If she has to Google it, Afro, she didn't see it. I
Now,
think she's mixing up the
and
blue eye
here's the thing.
experiment or something.
Here's the thing. So for the sake of time, nobody is saying, and I said this earlier in the live, nobody is saying that TPS is only for Haitians. However, we know the discretion part about the Department of Homeland Security being able to have their own discretion when it comes to the deportation of people with TPS is mainly about Haitians. It might not only be about Haitians. It's mainly about Haitians. Okay? But the narrative that there is no type of
That's
assistance,
not
there's no
true, but
type of
okay.
help. Hold on. That's Trump campaigned on that.
Yeah, let's
And
not
so
come
did
off
the
our mic until
GOP.
Afro call you.
Okay? But the narrative that there's no assistance, there's no help, that nobody from TPS gets, that is just not true. Let's be correct. Let's be honest. Let's be mature. Let's not say things that are not true. And then when we correct it, y'all make it seem like y'all being put upon, we beating y'all up. No. Let's say things that's correct, all right?
Yeah, and do me a
As
favor,
you're
y'all.
Googling
Just
that,
a
I
quick,
don't want you to come,
just
hold on. I don't want you to come up off your mic until you can Google and find me the scholarships that discriminate against eye color and nose size. When you find that, then you can come off your mic. How about that? How about we do it that way?
right. And just a quick decorum. Let's not come off our mic until Afro called you. If you waiting, be patient. Afro will be calling you soon. Just be patient. Let's not cook it now to start messing up the live and matching on the playback. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
let's not do that. But 2K, go ahead, 2K.
Hey, thank you for having me. So I'm a Haitian. Obviously, you guys can hear it from my accent. I was born in Haiti. I migrated to the U.S. I'm not gonna make my comments based off my things I've realized since I've been in the U.S., but I'm just gonna make general statements.
Okay.
A couple of things I've heard on this live since I've got on. What I've seen on this live is it's focusing on Haitians, and then there's something you just said earlier. Um, just so we can be on the same page. The TPS program was not only made for Haitians, okay, and there's other groups on there. But if we want to talk about Haitians, it's fine. It One thing I want to talk about. It hurt me to talk about this topic because to see the division between the Black American community and the Haitian community and other immigrant community, it's hurt.
Okay.
But what I want to say is, you guys. Well, let me not use the word you guys. Uh, Black American are focusing their anger or their frustration at the wrong people.
Okay.
I'm not saying at the wrong time, but they're focusing at the wrong people.
Okay.
Okay. Um, the reason for that is, when was Haitians start coming to the U.S. in big numbers? What year was that? It was in the 1970s. Okay, with a lot of Asian coming to the U.S. Before that, it was just minor groups and mostly elites groups coming to the U.S. Uh, but before that, African American was always in this country. Okay, um, the opportunities that we have, which we thank, African American a lot for, which you guys
1
don't talk
minute.
about, and
Don't
then
call us African American, please. We're Black American.
okay, Black American, okay,
Thank
but
you.
just so you know, this is on every government form.
So you know, we
Just
have
one thing, if
activists
you,
fighting to take it off, and just so you know, we're Black American.
it's fine. I'm fine with
How can
that.
you? So if you,
I'm a, I'm a,
if I call you
I'm a,
Jamaican and
I'm a,
you tell me you're Haitian, and I say, okay, Jamaican, like, come on, I'm telling you who we are. This is a foundational Black American space. We culturally and socially
just
identify as
call me.
foundational Black
I,
Americans. Black American came before African American, and guess what? A Jamaican born here in America can be identified as an African American, a Haitian too. So please don't play with me. Please be respectful. Call us Black Americans.
okay. So let me take my word back. Okay, Black Americans. So the argument is,
I'm gonna really need you to get to the point, bro.
Cause I
I'm
ain't
really
spoke
gonna
yet,
need
and
you
I'm
to
about
get
to
to
fall
there.
asleep.
Okay. And then you don't say anything.
You don't
That's
want
not
to
that.
talk,
Like,
man.
come
Get
on,
off the
man.
stage,
I
bruh.
want to know what's his point. What
I'm
did you want
trying.
to say without the
I'm
history
actively
lesson?
listening, and I'm not
Because
understanding. What is your
right.
point, sir?
You don't have a point.
Now you're not
Yeah,
speaking. You have 3 seconds to go ahead and talk, or you're going to be removed. 1, 2. Okay, you have no point. Then it's a waste
yeah.
of time.
Take that babble back to Haiti,
And so
bro.
this is the issue. They try to come up here and try to shame us and make us feel bad for questioning and not having people in our community that's usurping and taking part of our 1.9 to 2.6 trillion dollars. It's not like what we doing to them like the Dominicans is doing, running up to them saying Moreno, yanking them off of bikes, yanking them and putting them on our bike. We're not doing that. It's not like what the Trinidad isn't doing, what they're deporting them from their countries and doing certain things. It's not like what they're doing in Bahamas where they turn their business down and doing all these. We're not doing none of that degeneracy that people are doing to them in their countries. All we're doing is speaking out and having civil discourse and conversation. And he's trying to come over here and make it seem like we're beating them up and doing all kind. Stop trying to gaslight us, family.
I was
Stop.
about to ask. Thank you, Foundation. I was about to ask. He said, "Black Americans' anger is misplaced," and I'm all like, "Well," or he said hatred. Actually, I'm all like, first off, ain't nobody hating on y'all. Ain't nobody hate y'all, and y'all have gone on with that narrative for way too long. That y'all were allowed to come over here and then been hated on the entire time. That's not true. That's not accurate, and we're not going to keep perpetuating that lie. All right. And then where should our anger be? Because the narrative of we should be angry at the YT man and we should be fighting against the YT man and we should be doing that. Look, y'all not doing that. Come on, let's not lie about that. Y'all ain't doing that. Come on, let's not lie about that. It's not like y'all been coming over here. Y'all act like most of y'all is John Dessalines coming over here to fight the cause. That's not what's going on. Let's not do that. Come on. Uh Akko. Akko, did you find the scholarship, ma'am?
Yes, sir. I
Okay,
send it to
yes.
you.
You sent it to me. On what? You DM'd it to me?
If
Is
y'all
there
keep
something
messing
going
with
on with y'all reception? You DM'd it to me?
Yes, I did.
Okay, where is it from? Because I can't see my DMs right now. Where's it from?
DM it to me and I can put it up. Afro can't
Man,
check his
where?
DMs.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, as you're doing that, because she says she found it. You found it, right?
Yes.
Now you can DM it to Foundational so he can put it up on the big screen and then we can look at it. How about that?
All right.
All right. And as you're doing that, we're going to get to the Indigenous Army and then Pico.
All right, man. Afro, thanks for having me. All right, so I was listening for a little bit. I could potentially answer many of these questions, but my main reason why I asked to go up is because certain things need to be clarified. One of the things that need to be clarified
One
is
moment.
that
One moment.
when you
One moment, indigenous. Can you tell me if you're indigenous to the Caribbean?
uh
Your ethnic group.
you
Your ethnic group. What is your ethnic group?
you're gonna get a
You're
really
Haitian. You're Haitian,
We
right?
hear
you're
your
gonna get
accent, man.
It's a
man.
damn
Just tell
question,
us where
dude.
you're from,
Dang.
man.
Other
We
people
hear
want to
the
talk.
Tell us
accent, man.
what? What are you talking about?
Where's
Where's
your
your
family's
ethnicity, sir?
ethnicity come from? Where's your country of origin?
My country of origin is Haiti.
You should have just said that.
Why
Nah,
when she
because
asked you
it's
that?
more
Why was that an
detailed than
issue? Why
that,
was
bro.
that an issue? Why was that an issue when she
Because
asked you?
it's more detailed than that. I am indigenous. I am not just indigenous
Okay,
to
well, we're
Haiti.
not going to get into that. Okay, you're Haitian. Go ahead.
That
Go
was what
ahead. Go ahead. You're
I
Bro, we
will
don't want to
okay.
go,
hear
but
all the technical stuff.
that's what I was trying to not go into.
Okay, well, get to your point. The point you originally came up here for.
Okay, so the point I came up here is I want to clarify this because when you have some Haitians that come up here and try to tell you what they went through, the struggle they went through in the United States, as you guys want to be called Black Americans, so I'll stick to that. As Black Americans being jumping the Haitians, y'all disclaiming it that it never happened. That's not cool. because I can tell you firsthand, I had to deal with that.
Okay.
What
So I don't
state?
appreciate that.
Okay, what state,
Okay.
sir? What state?
Florida.
Okay.
Any
Let's talk about this.
Floridian FBA in the house?
Yeah. Anybody from Florida? Now,
Yeah.
you got. So let me ask you this: not to traumatize you, not to bring up any PTSD, right? But you were just walking as a kid in middle school. You were just walking to the candy store, and somebody knew you were from Haiti, and they just beat you up just because you were from Haiti.
It happens, but not how you explain it. It
Okay. Well,
happens.
how did it happen?
So the way it happens is that in it's in school due
Okay.
to due to how you're dressed. That's how you identify it. Your attire identifies you where you're from back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could tell exactly who. It's like going to a neighborhood. You know, it's going to a neighborhood.
Okay.
They can
Well,
tell you
hold
ain't
on.
from there.
Let's speed this up a little bit. Let's get the abridged version of how and why you were jumped in school, because I really want to
Okay.
get to that talking point.
All right. Good. I do too. So the thing is that due to the fact that they can identify that you are Haitian. Okay. So after school, that's how you get jumped. It's not one. Well, sometimes it's not one. It's not one and one. You're looking at three, four, five, and so on. Jumping one or a group of couple Haitians.
Okay.
That's how it always go down after
So,
school. To the
okay.
point.
So after school, so what you're saying
Yes.
is we can tell exactly what it's not like y'all were having a big shirt that says I am Haitian, I am from
Correct.
Haiti. It's not like y'all were wearing that.
Correct.
Y'all were pretty much wearing American clothes, but there were maybe
Wrong.
some
Wrong. Wrong.
sir. If y'all were going to school, you're not getting clothes from Haiti anymore. You're getting clothes from America now. America sells
No.
American clothes.
No,
America
sir.
now, for the most part, that's correct. There is some exception, okay, where there's like some type of traditional clothing and things like that. But look at what Haitians are wearing now, t-shirts and pants and stuff like that.
It's not about what they're
But
wearing now.
okay,
So what you're
let's
missing.
say that.
Sir, you must have been in
Let's
a
say,
coma then if that many
hold
people
on,
jumping.
stop, dude, don't do that. Let's say Black American kids, because these are kids at this point. These are kids who know not only before the internet, mind you, there was no TikTok, no Instagram, no Google, no nothing. So before the internet and before that, they were able to decipher based off of your clothes, not where you were, not that you were not from America, but exactly where you were from. They didn't
Facts.
just know, they didn't just know, this is what he's telling us to believe. They didn't just know you were Caribbean, they knew specifically you were Haitian.
That is facts, bro.
Okay, good,
And
good. Glad
what
you
you're trying to
stand on that. So
say,
hold on, stand on that.
I'm gonna stand on
Hold
that,
on,
but you're gonna not gonna let
don't
me
move.
talk though.
All right, hold on, stop,
Shut up.
stop. What exactly did y'all wear that nobody else wore in school that
Good question.
identified everybody that you were Caribbean,
Good
that you were Haitian?
question.
Okay,
Good question. Because I understand you. It just can't you can't fathom the fact that you
answer the
getting jumped
question. Answer
due
the
to your
question.
Man,
Go
clothes.
other
ahead.
folks want to talk.
Okay. All right. I understand that. So the thing is that you get identified that you are Haitian back in the days due to your attire because of your shoes and your dress pants and your dress shirts. That is how you get identified. Like you're going to church. We used to wear church clothes.
Okay.
That's how you get identified.
Now let me ask you this. Okay, fine. You all used to wear church clothes. No other ethnicity, no other immigrant was wearing that but y'all.
I'd have to I can't give you a solid 100%, but what I can
Mm.
tell you is that we're the one that was getting jumped
Now,
and
okay,
this is how we're
now
being
let
identified.
pause, sir, real quick. You see, y'all were not wearing anything that absolutely nobody else was wearing, and y'all stood out like a sore thumb. That was
We
not
did.
happening. Even
So
if y'all, hold on,
the
even
thing
if
is
y'all
I'm not
did, sir, even if y'all did dress differently from foundational Black Americans, there are other immigrants who are out of style too. That is one of the struggles. Okay, you coming from a place and y'all are not accustomed to the style and the fashion of the country you're from. All right. So other immigrants were wearing things that was out of style, that was maybe a little bit too big on them. Their shoes was a little bit older or whatever the case is. A lot of immigrants go through that. That was not no thing
Oh, a lot
specific.
of immigrants did not
Sir,
go through that.
sir, they do.
I'm lying.
That
Why you
was
gonna
not
lie
a
like that?
No,
thing
they don't.
specific, sir. Don't interrupt me. That was
So
not a thing specifically with
Feeling like that.
Haitians, which is why you
What's
can't
up,
say,
man? Why you
sir,
talking?
you
for
keep, sir, if you do it one
not
more
being
time, you're
gen-
going to leave because I'm
for
debunking your
not being,
point.
Shut up, man. Damn.
let me go.
No, no, I'm not going to let you go no more.
Damn.
All that lying. Look, this is the, when you actually do get to ask them, okay, we was just jumping y'all. We was jumping y'all for what? They were getting jumped because they were wearing a button-up shirt. This is the story. They were wearing a button-up shirt, and there was a black American kid in the back of the class like, I'm beating his ass the second school is over. Really? We was just beating up everybody in a button-up shirt. We was beating everybody up with penny
Always
loafers. We
our
was beating
fault.
up.
It wasn't
We was
nobody else.
and not only that, he's saying Haitians were the only people wearing anything out of style. They were the only people, and you can have 50 people in the classroom. You can tell who's Haitian by what the clothes they're wearing. That's their thing now, and they would just be walking home and be ambushed by 4 or 5 kids because we knew they were Haitian because of the way they dressed. Stop lying. Stop.
And here's the thing, Afro. My thing is, how do he distinguish between a black American and Caribbean? Because they like to say, and this is how I say they talk with 2 tongues. They always say, well, you can never tell a difference between us. We all look the same. Isn't that what, when we try to distinguish ourselves, say us as black Americans, we got a specific look. They tell us we all look the same. Now he's trying to say, well, I just know those are black Americans. Hold on. How do you know those was black Americans specifically? Did you check their genealogy and check down their DNA or check? What do you check to know that's black Americans? What did we wear for you to know? Yeah, that's them black Americans. Because now this becomes a twofold question. What did we wear that was specific to us that was different? Because y'all cosplayed everything we did. Y'all come here and y'all cosplayed and y'all blended in. So if you're blended in and cosplaying to the point even to this day, how can you tell if that's a black American or not?
And
You see how they play
I didn't
games?
even get to that point, but that's a good point. And I wanted to get to that point, but as I was saying again, it was a lot of Caribbeans beefing because the Caribbeans feel a certain type of way about Haiti in general. Okay. They feel a certain type of way about the voodoo. They feel a certain type of way about the culture. They feel a certain type of way about Haitians. And that existed long before they came to America. That's been a thing. They've been beefing and rivalry and all that stuff before they came to America. And when they come to America, they bring that here. And then when there's a conflict, they say it's black Americans who are doing it. Let's continue though. Let's continue. We are live tonight, y'all.
Can
We
I
can almost get 300,000. EJ, go ahead. You've been patient.
man,
Go
cause
ahead.
I've
Then we
been
get to
waiting
the
too
topic.
long. I'm gonna say this then. I'm gonna be quiet until it's time for us to go. I'm glad that TPS is ending because they've been suffering from tether protection syndrome. They think that the United States of America is supposed to keep uplifting these people when they've been up here being hateful and being vitriolic towards the people who done gave them benefits by them coming to the country that done gave them everything, Red Cross rice, foreign aid, etc., etc. So when these folks come up here and don't tell the truth about their homeland, now that dude was up here talking about he's indigenous and he was an army. Ain't nothing indigenous about this man because he ain't on his homeland being a general and trying to uplift his so-called soldiers. So when these people have this type of mentality in somebody else's country and you couldn't even pay these people to go back to their homeland, I challenge these people to actually go back to their homeland and help their people. And that's why I'm so glad that they taking a one-way trip back to Haiti, a one-way flight on Dirt Cookie Airlines. I want these people to have that same energy towards, the people that was actually helping them. I want Haiti to be great too. The Tedders don't want Haiti to be great because they've been getting benefits so much in America that they will never go back to their homeland. They will never have the same energy of the ancestors of 1804. There was a one-hit wonder from Dirt Cookie Records. The only thing that they can think of is just being hateful towards Black Americans, let alone even other Caribbean groups. That's why they consider them the Nigerians of the Caribbean. They don't even want to mess with them. Everywhere they go within the Caribbean, these people are getting kicked out, getting banned from everywhere. They know how they is. They got a they got a snotty mentality, and they don't want to help their people. They even turned their backs on Dessalines. We told y'all that earlier in the panel. These people don't want to talk about the trials and tribulations, let alone fix their problems. They expect the foreign government, they expect their French daddies to come save them. But America is tired of saving these folks. And this is just an example of how these people can get down and lay down in somebody else's country, but they don't have the energy to go back home and liberate their people. I'm sick and tired of these folks. I'll be glad when ICE get these people and go home. You more graceful than me, Afro, because I've been sitting back so patiently waiting on these people. They haven't came up and made no perfect examples of what TPS can actually do for them as a benefit by them going back home and getting their stuff together. The more they leave their country in shambles, the more it's gonna be like a third world refugee Call of Duty DLC battle map. It's always gonna be like that. They expect us to go down there and help them with anything. But I suggest they use some of that magical voodoo and some of that magic to see if they can resurrect Dessalines so he can give them their spirit. Because they've been soulless people for a long time. And when that, with that being said, I'm gonna land my plane for now because I'm tired of hearing these terrorists babble.
Thank you. Now look, before we go, because we're gonna get to Pipo or Peepo. Before we go, I want to say, notice the one dude, Cliff, he said that Haitians were jumped by Black Americans because of a language barrier. Notice, remember, he said that. Then another dude came up and said, well, Haitians were jumped, but we were jumped because of the clothes we were wearing. So was it a language barrier, or were y'all wearing certain clothes? Notice how they keep, anytime they say we were jumped, not by I was jumped, but they were jumped, there's always a different reason, because they're making it up that Black Americans as a collective, as a culture, had very specific, because no other group of immigrants say this at all. None. It's only the Haitians are the ones who come up and perpetuate that narrative. And it was a very specific animosity for Haitians, and they can never really elaborate on that. So let's get to, how do you say your name? Peepo or Pipo?
Yeah, it's people.
Peepo. Okay.
Yeah, so everything that I was about to say as a Haitian, EJ was like talking about it. This kind of like pride that Haitians are like carrying around, it's just killing me. And I don't even know why they're like complaining about getting beaten when they were little. Like somebody just like jump on you, just jump on them too. Like defend yourself. Like stop being like a crybaby, or just, you know, some shit, because it's not gonna change your reality. It's not gonna change anything. This morning I made a video on and posted on TikTok about how mad I got because after the president decided to end TPS, and then a lot of Haitian be saying like, we built this country, and what the fuck, like, why don't you go build your country? I've tried myself doing what I could do, but it's unfortunate, like this, like Jocelyn had fought to give us freedom, but we took it, and then we put the chain into our mind, and then right now we're suffering. Like nobody likes Haitians. It's our fault. It's Haitians' fault. It's nobody else's. So, and unfortunately, the minority who want to do something, we're not powerful enough. And then like when I'm just reading, and then when like they're saying like, yeah, you guys are immigrant, you guys are Haitian. It's a nation. It's not something bad being Haitian, but Haiti is not the problem, but our government is corrupted and it's at mercy of the United States, and we all know about it. So I think the best thing to do for Haitian is to stop complaining, and then, you know, like gather together and do something, because there's a reason, a good reason why like all the other nations will hate on you, because it's 2026 and we're still doing this shit like a lot of countries in Africa. So I see no reason why like Haitian be like, we build a country. Like, yeah, United States had a dream they wanted to build a country. And then, yeah, immigrants were were available, and then they paid them less, and then they build a country. So now the country is built up. They don't want you anymore.
Hold on. Gotta stop you. So, what did the
So
enslaved persons do and the free people that were here and the indigenous that were here? What did they build? So, here's the issue. You don't come to America for an opportunity. You come for the opportunity. You don't come to build something. Some work called in. But Black Americans built this country. And that's the issue we got with immigrants, too. That whole America's a melting pot. It's the land of immigrants. Started around
Yeah, I do
1964.
want to. Thanks for reminding me that I do want to address that whole melting pot narrative too.
Right. So when I looked into the melting pot, that started around when JFK was in office and he was addressing the quota system, and at the same time, I think it was MLK, and he was addressing why they only allow the white Europeans in the country. And they had to face the fact that Black Americans are not immigrants, and what were they going to do with the rest of the ones? So they weren't even including y'all melanated ones in that whole land of immigrants. And y'all can look that up, because I did. That's all I wanted to say, because they didn't build this country. The Chinese get the credit for the railroads, but we built the railroads, okay? So stop erasing our ancestors and what they did in this country. And saying that America is the land of immigrants or they built the country is exactly what you just did. You're contributing to our erasure. Please don't do that. Thank
are
you.
you done? Can I
Yeah, I'm gonna
talk
say,
now?
I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say this,
Right?
people, and that's not how you talk to a moderator, by the way. Yeah, so let's take it easy over there. But I'm gonna say this: when it comes down to that, oh, we built this country. One thing about building the country, it comes with a historic track record, right? And so, if you build a said country, we should be able to see equivalent in your country. And so the problem is people are saying they built this country, but we're not seeing it. And it's the reason why people are coming over here, because we built this country, and we can show you the historic track record of everywhere we go is built, or it had the same things that we have over here. Samana in Dominican Republic, right? If we look at, well, it was Liberia until the hate, jealousy, and vitriol in the Civil War, but that could have been a first world nation if it was for the jealousy of the native Africans, right? We could look at Liberia, Ghana right now, we modernized, and now it's Miami 2.0 off the backs of Black Americans that put $5 billion on top of the table, and then a couple of billions of dollars under the table. So everywhere we go is a flourish around the world, because that's what we do. So the people that talk about building country, there's a historic track record in the things they do. What people see, the problem is what people are doing is they'll come in and see a whole cooked meal and add salt and pepper and say they made the meal. They'll come into a house that's already built and sweep the corner and say they built the house. That's the problem. You swept the corner. You was a janitor. What are we talking about? Shout outs to you. You swept the corner, but that don't mean you built the house, is what I'm saying. And that's what's going on. That's the way people try to tie themselves to this country, because they don't want to go back. That's all that is.
All right. Let me just capitulate a little bit, because at the beginning I said, from what I heard, like a lot of Haitian have been talking about after the TPS decision, and I said, if you guys claim that you build a country, why don't you build your country? You guys just say the same thing. Because if you claim that you'll be building all the countries all around the world, why is Haiti that way? Because myself, I am angry because we could have done something, but we just stay at the mercy of the United States, and then they have their own reason for that. But we should not like continue to live in this situation. Like I myself trying to make the best of it, but like everybody else, it doesn't matter like if you're Black American or like anybody else. If your life is in danger, of course you'll like try to save your life and your family's life. There's nothing bad about that. So even if like people can always say you're an immigrant or something like that, I come here, I try my best, I work my ass off, I do the right thing. It's okay. There are a lot of other Haitians that are coming here and then taking advantage of the country, because I said that too. Immigrants, we don't have right to work in this country. We have an opportunity. They create something and they grant you a card to work that has an expiration date.
Yes.
So if we have that opportunity, we may work because they give it to us. So it's something that we can't change because America was built that way. So if it's a temporary work permit you have, which means it has an end.
Yeah.
So if
I'm
it
gonna
ends,
let you land. So because
yeah,
we're
yeah,
rapid
yeah,
fading up in
I
a
will
little bit.
definitely.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say, I'm always, as a Haitian, learn how to defend myself against whoever is trying to step on me. So I'm not gonna stay here and complain about anything, and then I'm not gonna let immigrants, Haitian, affect me. No, I have my dream. I'm legal here. TPS don't want to affect me, but you have Haitian. But I'm telling you, Haiti deserve all the hate because of our politician and our mindset. So yeah, I just land my plane here.
All right. All right.
Y'all gotta stop saying that. It's no HATE, fam, and that's why I want people to stop saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, that's what
We're
the eight. Okay,
yeah, yeah. To
Can I
his
talk for a
point, yeah, we're
second?
gonna stop the. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
Thank
But
you.
we are wrapping up, so I don't need anybody to be long-winded. Everybody can't go on no long-winded soliloquy. Let's not do that. Let's get to the point quickly, as quick as possible. Okay, but yeah, it's not no hate. It's not no hate. But we are correcting incorrect behavior, inappropriate behavior, which is something we should have been doing from the very beginning. Okay, better late than never. Ashley.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm Haitian, y'all, but I don't have an accent because my family's been here since the 1950s. And that's also because they just loved America. So I can't say that it was, against anything. They're from Brooklyn. But the one thing I wanted to clarify two things. One, I do think TPS is over. You got to go home because again, if the country's going to get better, you've been here since the earthquake. You've learned a lot of things. A lot of y'all I work in education, engineers, etc. There's enough skill set that I believe was gained in America that can go home and that people can rebuild. And the ones who are here, we can continue to do what we have to do here. So that part I actually agree with. I think the bigger thing that I wanted people to just think about is make sure that they're holding the same accountability towards the white immigrants, especially like I'm here in Boston where the Ukrainians are getting all the benefits of those who assimilate as white. Even if they're Latinos and they present white, they tend to get a lot more clearance. So I went and if as TPS happens, one, just call it the white presenting ones, and two, make sure that the resources that were going to TPS come back to the Black community. I think, and when I say Black, I'm talking about the Black American community, looking at reparations. Yeah, I think that holding the line's important. And last but not least, you definitely, again, this might just be Florida, New York, and Boston. You definitely got clowned because it'd be like if you dress like a Haitian. But I think all new immigrant groups, when you come into a country, your style's not gonna work the same way. But yeah, there were definitely ways that because I used to sit back with the Haitians and be like, yo, y'all dress, you know what I mean? You got to change your gear up. And last but not least, I will also say that we did get some things from the Black Americans, but as the Haitian, who Haitians didn't know were Haitians, y'all, we used to talk trash too, because I know both language barriers. So I think that's the thing that we have to admit that, yeah, Black Americans said a lot of stuff, but as the Haitian who the Haitians talked about, because y'all thought I was Black American, there's an end on that. And I think that could be a better conversation, but that's kind of all I had to contribute to the conversation.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me address with the whole bullying thing, and this is what I want to get you. I don't approve of kids bullying kids. That's just something that's happened. That's not anything specific to us. Kids do that, right? Kids pick on kids and stuff like that. If you were wearing clothes that were out of style, you were getting picked on. People was joking about you. That was not a thing at all exclusive to Haitians. If you was wearing some clothes, if your haircut was messed up, if your hair wasn't done, whatever the case is, folks was gonna clown you on that. That is not nothing that was exclusive at all to Haitians or immigrants, Caribbeans, none of that. Okay, so the narrative that there was some very particular animosity we had for Haitians who didn't do anything, y'all was just minding y'all business, and then all of a sudden 3, 4, 5 Black Americans came and just pounced on y'all and just whooped y'all for no reason. That's disingenuous. And then when you start asking people about it, now they're all like, okay, yeah, now you admit that that was disingenuous. Okay. If it's the case where you had an issue with a group of kids and they saw you after school, that doesn't reflect on your ethnicity. That's because you as an individual have an issue with a particular group of kids. That's not because you're Haitian or an immigrant. Okay. If you got made fun of because you're wearing church clothes to the gym, that's not because you're Haitian. That's because you're wearing church clothes to the gym. Okay. That's the reason. So the whole narrative of y'all have always disliked us and y'all have always targeted us. Don't, come on now. Let's start. We can only heal when we tell the truth.
Can I gotta say something? Did you tell us to make sure we address the Ukrainian immigrants? Did you
And I
say
want
that
to,
to
yeah,
us?
I want to address that as
But
well too.
yeah, what
We
I
all,
stated was as folks start to address the TPS, I would just make sure also that we're holding America accountable for the TPS that they've been holding for like the white folks. And I use the example of the
Okay, hold on.
Ukrainians who get
Stop
all
right
the
there.
benefits in
I get it.
Boston.
I get it. I get it. But you don't have that right to tell us to make sure anything in America. Like we know, right? But the Ukrainians ain't in our reparations hearing or displacing us out in Brooklyn, right? Melanated colonizers are doing that. The Caribbean is showing up. The Haitians, the Latinos, this, that, and the third, they're siphoning from our pot. Do you know that we are delineating so well that now white tea people are looking at their immigrants like the Ukrainians? Don't worry, we know what we're doing. It's y'all who automatically came to our eyesight. Just now, when we had an issue with our government, here y'all go. No, they don't deserve. We, us, our, we don't need. Why are Haitians saying Harriet Tubman is their ancestors and they need to do that during this time? Like y'all are overstepping and you just overstepped. You don't tell us our strategy or what we should do. Go make sure Haiti is okay. Don't tell
where's
us
that
what to do
sound
in our
coming
country,
from?
man.
I don't know, Afro.
Yeah, and
That
stop
sound
Thank you,
came.
leading with your
BX. Thank
and
you,
stop leading
BX.
with education. Lead with what you bring to the table as a quality person. That's the part that y'all missing. All the education in the world ain't gonna fix y'all from the type of people that you are. Build some character. Skip leading with your education. Lead with your character. Lead with something good you've done for the community. Lead with why you should be here. Not because we can give you 100 reasons why you should leave. It ain't got nothing to do with no education. Leave with that. I'm sick of that. Everybody came up here and said that, but they said nothing worthwhile.
Well, I've been doing work in the community forever. What I said was the Haitians who took education here for free need to take that education and go fix Haiti. Now, I've
And
done
you can
work
go
in
back
I've
too.
done work
Okay,
in
You
the
all
go
right,
back
no,
community
no, no,
too.
no,
forever.
no,
So
no, no,
that's
no,
kind of what
no,
I was
no,
saying. It's
no.
like y'all
Let's
got the education.
everybody.
We made engineers. Take that bad boy and go home and fix Haiti. Y'all been here
Okay,
long
all
enough
right.
since
We
earthquake.
got you. We got you. We hear you. That does need to happen. And there was another dude who mentioned that.
Yep.
And we're now coming to the point where now this is a realization. So my question now to you, what in your opinion, just be 30 seconds brief with it, what do Haitians who are about to leave need to do to fix Haiti?
What they need to do is one, accept that they got to leave. Also accept that a lot has been done for them. And as they start to go, I mean, goodbyes are hard, etc. But just kind of get your stuff go, and there'll be enough of y'all there that have enough resources that you've already acquired, whether that's money, whether that's again mindset changes, etc., and rebuild Haiti, looking first at governmental structures and do what you can within your own sphere of influence. Even if you can't change the whole government, you can change your neighborhood, etc. You know what I mean? No matter what. So that's just my belief: is get your stuff, be thankful for it, and go back and rebuild Haiti, because that's where the sustainability is going to be. And then the ones who are here should send money back and do what we can do. That's what I think.
All right. And you know what? I'm not gonna, you're Haitian, you know, and I'm not even gonna disagree with that. I think it does need to get fixed. I would recommend the first thing that needs to happen is this, what you see in the picture needs to get called out by Haitians, not by Americans, by Haitians. Because what you see in the picture, you'll have Haitians such as yourself who might disagree, but they're not going to say anything about the Haitians who are protesting to stay here. That's my thing. Like we got a whole group of people, especially in Florida, who are protesting to stay here. There needs to be some internal regulation and some internal straightening. Like y'all got to pull y'all cousins, y'all brothers and sisters to the side and say, hey, we're going to have to stop fighting to be here. Okay. We're going to have to come to the realization we got to go home.
He's
So
trying to
that
regulate those people.
internal fixation, that not fixation, that internal correction needs to happen first. So that's what we need. But let's get to, because we've been on here for like what 30 something hours now, if not longer. Let's get to Tina.
Hey Afro, hey BX. Afro, I know you tired of me.
Yeah, because you keep
First of
coming up and coming down and coming up and coming down. And please, I want to
it
come
ain't
up. Like,
me,
why you been doing
Afro.
that?
It ain't me, bro. That's somebody got
Damn.
Afro. Make me a mod.
It's all right. All right. Go ahead, Tina.
They keep. I don't know what they want from us. First of all, it's you. It's Haitians and the Africans anniversary. Y'all just called WAR on us a year ago with the Africans. See, this my thing. You want to come here with your big mouths and talk down on Black Americans for no reason. We never said nothing to none of you groups. But now when things go wrong, you come at Black Americans instead of the white T man who doing this to you. We have never done nothing to nobody, but we are no longer gonna take the disrespect from you all. It's sad that you all had to go through this at a time that we got our guards up against all melanated groups, and it's sad that your TPS has to go at the time that the gates is up. And we not letting them down. You're not trustworthy. We don't owe nobody nothing. You cannot show HAT to us one day and the next day want us to give you grace and feel bad for the things that's going on with you and the boss man that you all traded on us with the A's. Where the Africans at? I don't see them holding panels or talking about let's go picket the white tee or the White House to keep y'all here. See, let me tell you, HATE never helps. Racism never pays. And I land.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate that. Let's get to Cece.
I just wanted to say that immigrants come over here because they say they come over here because they want to live the American dream. Well, y'all's American dream is our reality. And whenever you all found out that we have set the bar so high, you get mad and then you try to undermine us. No, you tried to undermine us because you don't even have enough skill to undermine us. Y'all are a buffer class. They used y'all. We tried to put y'all on game, but y'all didn't want to listen to us. Y'all kept running behind the white tee, making him comfortable. Now that you all have made him uncomfortable, he getting rid of y'all. No, we're not going out to protest on your behalf because we've been dealing with this crap for 60 years. 60 years, y'all have undermined us. You have called us names. We the same damn people that you called us names. You called us slave babies. We the same people that you said that we don't have no culture. We the same people that you cosplay, but then you say that we don't own nothing here. We the same people that you say that we suck up to white tea people knowing that we don't because we put BTA. See, y'all can't do that. We can, and we on our land, and we want you gone. See, we have what they call soft power. You didn't know how strong we were. When we start delineating from y'all, that's when you wanted to be bothered with us because what it is, at the end of the day, you about that dollar. You don't want to be bothered with us. You just want the money. And we delineating, putting our money back into our community. Now you're mad. But you're not fussing at other countries that's kicking y'all out of their country. Because whatever we do, if we don't support it, you will be a failure. Now other countries are kicking people out and they getting their borders straight and kicking everybody. Immigrants out there has come over to undermine their own people. And then you come over here and destiny swap and tell us what we ain't and what we not. But you want us to go out there and we the same people you talked about. But now you see that you need us and it's too late. Pack your bags and go home and go build your country. As a matter of fact, they say that y'all got oil in northern Haiti. Go dig that up and get off our land. And we can do what we want to do because we on our land. Our men didn't flee. Y'all's did. That's why your country look the way it does. Our land.
Hey, can
All
I
right,
just say this before I go? Cause I
all
gotta
right.
go
Let's.
eat and do something.
Okay. We'll get to you soon. We're wrapping things up. We're closing things out in a little bit. Anyway, it's almost 12 o'clock. Let's get to Mel. Mel, I ain't seen you in a while, Mel. Where have you been?
I've been working. Hello, family.
How you doing?
Hello, family.
Mel,
I'm
how you
Welcome
good.
doing?
back.
I'm
Good to see
good.
you again.
It's good to be here. Hi, BX. Holding it down as usual.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna be quick, but I just wanted to mention I did hop on the last live last weekend, and it was a lot of deep intellectual talk. And I had been out of the frame for a while, so I didn't really realize what you all were talking about. I'm gonna just be honest. I was like, what is going on? And it was like a day or two before Juneteenth. And then on Juneteenth, I started to see exactly what you all were talking about. There were flyers and things going around regarding Juneteenth heritage celebration, Juneteenth Caribbean heritage celebration. I mean, it was just so confusing. And I remember thinking to myself, what is Juneteenth, Caribbean celebration, Juneteenth Nigerian celebration? I have never heard of this. Like what are you, how is that the same thing? So I was just completely caught off guard with how people are taking such a sacred day. Like, imagine if somebody said, if some people from the Middle East were here saying Merry Christmas, celebrating the birth and death of Muhammad. I mean, it is deep. That is a spiritual attack when you talk about the blood, sweat, and tears that is connected to Juneteenth. So I said, oh my gosh, I have been prepared, because if I had not been on the live, I would not have known. But let me really share what I'm here to share so I don't go too long. One of the things that I'm noticing about how the Haitians are coming in, and I don't have anything negative to say about the Haitians, that's just not my personality, it's not my way. But, if you are an immigrant and you're here and you have experienced any kind of crime, DV, assault, kidnap, or some sort of qualifying offense, and if that victim has suffered substantial physical or can claim mental abuse, then they have the possibility or right of receiving their green card and later U.S. citizenship. And I'm saying that to say many people are, and that one particularly is the U visa, right? So many people are creating a narrative, and it's like, why do they keep saying the same thing, coming up on podcasts saying the same thing? The details seem really off, but they seem to be mimicking the same thing. If that story keeps populating on major podcasts and people keep allowed to tell that story, they can use that kind of information to eventually get their visa. So if they can say, oh, I have experienced this crime, and there's all of these podcasts that they've recorded, multiple different people in multiple different parts of states, that is creating a very large claim for the Haitian community. So I just want I am a foundational Black American. I just want the foundational Black American community to be aware. If you have podcasts, if you have organizations, if you have platforms, sometimes giving voice to some of these narratives that seem to be disingenuous, people might be moving in community with this so that they can later file petition for their status. So we just want to be mindful, because if you can claim that it created even severe mental abuse and that you were targeted as an immigrant, you have right to petition for your status here. And I'm not saying I'm against someone having status here who was genuinely harmed in a severe way, but I just want us to be mindful of what might be in the works.
I hope we could get that changed, because if they feel so traumatized, they should go home
And
and
you
nurse
just told them.
those wounds.
And you know
Right,
what? They
Tina. I was
changed
thinking
that.
the
They
same
changed.
thing.
I'm sorry, BX. Oh, they changed that a month ago. POTUS changed all of that, what you just spoke of, a month ago. So what used to be true to that point to a certain extent, and that's a very narrow extent, Then he changed all of that a month ago.
Yeah, he said asylum seekers were now going to not be allowed here, but they would help them find placement in another country that would accept them.
Exactly. And you go to the nearest country because, see, they are enforcing the immigration laws that they have just run amok over. And now that they're enforcing it, nobody is supposed to be here but on a temporary basis. You got people that's been here 50, 30, 40 years. It's time to go. And you need to reapply. And he has changed all of that. Look it
All
up, the
right.
week of May 18th.
Yep. Let's get to the last new speaker and then we can wrap things up there.
That's my fault, Afro. I ain't
All
gonna bring
right.
him up.
Let's get you. What's
I
his
saw you. I saw your
Nambo?
eyes when he came up.
Take
My
my
bad.
medicine. I'll be back. My head hurt.
Nambo.
All right, Nambo, you there?
Going once, going twice.
Nambo, you there? I don't know. He on the panel.
Probably not. He probably requested a while.
You go.
I'm here. I'm
Boy,
here.
y'all
Never
some.
here.
You ran to the phone, didn't you? What's going on there,
Y'all
bro?
hear me?
Yeah,
Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yeah, we hear
yeah, we
you.
hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, and this might go. I'm gonna
What's
just.
your ethnicity?
I'm a Black American man from Harlem, and Harlem, Bronx, and it ain't none of my people here no more. If y'all from here, it's a scary place to be. Like there's no.
Stop, 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 stop. You
Let,
about to lie. We
who is this
outnumber the
talking?
melanated immigrants. Don't come up here talking about your
Who's
people
that
ain't here.
speaking? Who's that speaking?
A moderator from the Bronx.
Well,
From the
yeah,
Bronx.
and you're a Black American from the Bronx.
Yes, I am.
How old are you?
51.
And I'm 43. So you telling me from the time we was young that this is the same Bronx?
So here's the issue. Things will change, but we still outnumber them. We still have strongholds of Black Americans in the Bronx and in Brooklyn, right? Harlem is also changing, but we're still in Harlem. What it is that they get these little enclaves. You know why? Because their representatives are in office helping them get things, and they're also filling out censuses, sir. But we go do proper research. Look at a U.S. census, right, from 2020 through 2026, because the Caribbean population is on the decline, okay? So before you start getting up here spewing that narrative that we not in New York and you feel like the only one, that's just your anecdotal. Do the proper research. We're still here. Thank you.
The lady that's speaking is not an American.
That's crazy.
Are
Okay.
The
you
lady,
The
kidding
last
me?
speaker.
the
All
lady.
right.
Just because you disrespect her, you
Let's
gonna
let
try to
BX go ahead.
disrespect
Let's let her
her.
go ahead and say
I
what she
got
got to
it.
say.
So I'm a colonial foundational Black American,
So
right?
am
What that
I.
means,
Can I
shut the fuck
speak?
up. Shut the fuck up, Jamaican. Your name
Look,
is
man.
Nambo. That means suck in real life. That's what Bo means, right? And Caribbean. Cause you know that, cause you Caribbean. So my ancestors predate New York, 1750. When it was New Amsterdam.
Dealing
I'm
with
connected,
split.
hold on. I'm connected to
Fuck
landmarks
up
in
that nigga.
Brooklyn, and the Dutch family that
These
enslaved
are
my
some.
ancestors admitted it, sir. My lineage is
Ma'am, you.
also verified. So if reparations comes down tomorrow in New York, I'm in the front of the line. So now, because you don't want to get on Google, you want to call me an immigrant, but I smell an immigrant all on that breath after you had a man's dick in your mouth. Don't play with me.
Wow. Can I speak?
No. Now, listen to what I'm telling
I
you.
don't want to hear
Go.
what you.
Good. I don't want to hear you
Fucking let her
either.
I
talk,
I
want
don't
Miss
to.
want to
Ruff.
hear you
Damn.
either because you're ignorant. You won't even go do the research, and you're
Can I
talking about your
speak?
people. We ain't your people if you ain't looking for us.
Can I speak?
Beat the
No,
ice, sir.
no,
She
you
Beat
do
the
not. No,
ice.
you
LBS.
Can I
can't. No,
speak?
you can't.
Why not?
Because
Go
you
Because I
Google.
said
disrespected.
so.
So, and she's the
No,
Because I
Go
mod.
she's
said
Google.
being
so.
The host said
Go
it's over.
Google.
It's over, fam. You
she's being
disrespected. You
disrespectful.
can't speak. No, you disrespected
Time to
first
get
and said she's
deported,
not
man. Going back
American.
to Jamaica, bomber clap.
You said she's not American. If you was American, then you wouldn't have no energy for another American,
Listen, if I
right? And so you said she's not American. This is why you can't speak, and it's over. You messed up.
I didn't.
You should have came
First
a little
off,
more
okay,
respectful.
that's it. Good night. Here's the thing. First of all, I was wrapping things up. When I had to wait, what, close to 10 seconds after we called your name the first time and give you a countdown to come here. You came here, you told a lie. That's not even remotely close to being the truth. Now let BX handle it because she's New York and she's the expert in that. But that I knew for a fact that that was incorrect, and I knew she was going to correct that. All right. And your response to being corrected was, "This lady is not American." Dude, who are you? We don't know who in this chat room out of all the people in here. Who knows this person? All y'all know
Nobody.
who BX is. Who
Him a
knows
day
him?
in my life. I blocked him though, cause you know how I
Nobody
am.
knows who this dude is.
His name is Nambo,
And
which is
and
again
Nambo is
Caribbean.
really a suspect name. We was gonna let you slide, but since we own it, Nambo is suspect anyway. Now we got to think twice. That's an odd name.
So energy came out. He thought he was gonna come up here and try to go at BX, but you don't know who you messing with, Tether. Stay
Oh,
your
he
ass down
shouldn't have
there in the
went there. He
gulag.
shouldn't have went there. He shouldn't have went there with it. He shouldn't have went there. BX, you okay? I know she had to drink some ice water right now. She fuming.
Yeah, I'm okay. So when they can't rebuttal facts, they go to diminishing my ethnic group. And being from New York doesn't help, right? At this point in time. However, I've been on this app for 3 years, telling the truth about the dynamics in New York. We're still here. We're still here. I did the research. It's on my page. You got to cut it out. You got to stop saying that. We are here. We're not outnumbered. They have enclaves, y'all. They fill out the censuses. They have PSAs telling the Caribbean who are in the alternate community to fill out the censuses. That's how they get funding for certain populations. They're also locking us out of job markets, and we're getting gentrified out of certain places. So we have to move throughout the city. But listen to this. Even though a lot of us have ties to the South, we don't want to go back to the South. Not all of us. I have elders that don't want to go to the South. They want to stay right here with the life they made in New York. We're still here. We have elders here, boomers. I mean, they aggravating sometimes. But we're still here. But you got to do the research. Everybody that comes up here and say, we're not here, and they don't want to go do the research, even after I tell them to, is suspect. If they're using Wikipedia sources that can be changed, they're suspect.
All right. Alrighty then. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have
Can
to
I
wrap
ask
things up.
BX
It's
a
already
question right quick?
past
I
12. Real
Can I
quick,
just
real
ask her a
quick, because we gotta
question?
wrap it up soon.
What did Miss BX, what did you say his name meant?
Well, Dimbo is stuck, dingling. So the bow at the end, that's suspect.
Oh,
That's suspect.
And with this green card, I'm gonna just leave
got
it at
it.
that.
Hold on, let's let EJ go. For EJ wind up falling asleep like the other dude
Yeah,
did.
man, I'm about to be in a coma over here. We know what that Bussy Warrior did for his green card. So the moral of the story is, I'm glad that TPS is ending. I don't have no energy to keep going back and forth with these unstable individuals. I'm taking the Cobra Kai route. I'm sweeping the leg, judo flips. I'm playing dirty. I am the Black Ric Flair. I'm karate chopping people. I'm not playing fair anymore when it comes to these folks. I'm glad this is happening to these Haitian tethers, and this is just a message for all immigrant groups. Y'all need to go back home and fix your homeland, especially a Haitian, because these people, like I said throughout the whole panel, they make themselves the lower tier Caribbeans in their hierarchy. They are the Nigerians of the Caribbean. And just by this picture, this is a true example of not being prideful and being proud of being Haitian. These people want to stay in America and keep leeching off the American economy. These people don't love Haiti. If they loved Haiti, they would take their L like a man or a woman and go back to Haiti and help their own people. These people do not have love nor the spirit of 1804. They can play that record as many times as they want to, but it will never help them liberate their homeland, let alone make their country anything else than a decrepit, degenerate, unstable country. And with that being said, I'm gonna land my plane. I'm about to go to sleep because these cockroaches done got me mixed up. And thank you, BX, for regulating that Bussy Warrior. I was about to say something that would have got me probably banned from TikTok, but I had to hold my tongue. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome. Thank you, EJ.
All right then. I'm gonna let y'all get like 1 minute. Give y'all final thoughts.
Okay, can I go
And all right,
Afro?
man. Go ahead, Mel.
So I didn't see the chat when I was speaking, so I just wanted to respond to the chat about what I said. This play, the play that I mentioned, that play has been played right? So the Asian community did that during COVID. The last straw that they had when nobody was going to their businesses and all these different things, they claimed that Black Americans were beating them up at large. That's an old play. So I was bringing it up in this form because the immigrant community already knows that. They already know about immigration law. So sometimes the last straw, if you can't do anything else, is to say, I was hurt by a Black American. The immigrant community already knows everything I said and 10 times more. I'm just saying, foundational Black Americans, we have to be aware because we're asking the question, why is a 50-year-old man coming up here talking about being bullied in school? Why is a 63-year-old man coming up here talking about being bullied in school? That psychologically doesn't really make a lot of sense when you're talking about, an immigrant man. They're doing these types of things for a reason. So I just wanted us to be aware.
All right. CC.
Thank you for allowing me to come up on the panel. I will be back. I've got put in a notification that whenever you come up, I'll get notified. I absolutely love the way you run your panel, and I'm a big fan of Foundation American, and I really like it. And BX always put BTA for real, for real. She represents New York so well and eloquently. I just wanted to say thank you, and I will definitely be back, and I enjoyed your live.
Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss
Much love,
CC.
Miss CC.
Candy.
Hey, well, this was a wonderful live as usual, and I really appreciated how everyone brought facts and then how, we're starting to see that we've really been there for everybody and no one has been there for us. The fact that one Haitian guy said, we don't like each other. And I said, well, what's funny? We've never disliked you. We've never even thought much about you. So the fact that he even said that it spoke to his thing or their thing, right? So I'm just happy that the TPS is ending. I'm happy that they are putting more laws in place and things are getting strict, on immigration. And I honestly believe that it's going to happen regardless because of everything that's going on. And I predict there's going to be a lot more. And I also predict that we're going to win this birthright citizenship. I predict we're going to win that because they're not going to have any need for all these people anymore. Like for the jobs that they do, I believe they're going to find another way to do them. And, but I'll land my plane, but I'm really happy to see that they're stopping some of these loopholes for these immigrants and hopefully it lowers our taxes, But I'll land there and you guys have a wonderful day.
All right.
And be
Much love.
Thank you, B1.
If y'all want to have
Yeah.
another conversation like this, y'all need to follow us. That's what y'all need to do. Okay? Because we lit like this all the time.
Yeah, my final
Foundation.
thoughts. Yeah, no problem. So shout outs to Afro as always, great live. First of all, there's a lot of misconceptions that was cleared today. The whole jumping thing, we cleared that up because we got tired of people saying that. If that was the case, that would be the case today, right? Culture leaves clues. So we're not going to act like the most embracing and loving people in the world, just going out of nowhere. Oh, that's a Haitian. Let's jump them. That's not what we do. We never did stuff like that. Maybe in different countries, other Caribbean countries, they do stuff like that. But we don't do stuff like that. We don't operate. Now, if you said something crazy, yes, we will defend. We will, you start something, we shut it down. Yes, that will happen. But other than that, we don't go out our way. We don't start stuff. Another thing is the HATE word, as I've been hearing all day. Us having this conversation in a respectful manner. You're not getting cursed out. Nobody say you look a little funny, walk a little different. Nobody's saying any of that, but we are discussing it and having a civil conversation. You guys like to throw out the HATE because you don't like how it feels. You don't want to hear the hard truth. So you want to gaslight with the boogeyman words of hate, jealousy, vitriol, xeno, and all these boogeyman words that you guys like to throw out. Yeah, so we're not going to play that game. So I'm glad we got the chance to lead that out. It got nothing to do with HATE. Right. Another thing is, I don't understand why people are so afraid to go back to their country. I never got that. They're so proud. They wave their flag. Their flag is everywhere. They tattoo their flag on it. But then when people say, all right, shout outs to you. Go ahead, go help your country out. Go fix your country. Because you got countrymen that don't even have a fraction of what you have off the backs of our ancestors. Go help your country out. You got people that need you over there. You guys don't want to go back. You fighting literally and protesting not to go back. It's really interesting to me. I never got that. It blows my mind because I would never be in another country protesting to not to go back home to help my people out when my people hurting and starving. That can never be me. Another thing is because a lot of people say when we tell people to go back to their country, they're saying you sound like the YT people. What does that mean? See, the difference between us and the YT people, they're afraid. They're saying it with extreme racism. They're saying it because they feel like they're going to be replaced. We're saying it because we looking at you and we looking at you how your homeland looking and how the people back home looking and everything. And we seeing you over here next to us rubbing shoulders together with your feet in the air like this, rubbing your feet together like this, chilling on the couch while your people back home chilling. So we like, yo, my man, you all right? Your family back home, they're looking for you. They need some help over there. Go help them out. That's all it is. It's nothing like the YT. We just looking at you crazy because we can never do nothing like that and have our people back home hurting while we over there chilling with our feet in the air, rubbing our feet together. So let's be clear. So again, this clears all of that, and I appreciate you, Afro, for having this live because it's a live where everybody can kind of get it across without the love and hip hop energy of fighting, scratching, hooting, and hollering. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna land on that. Have a good one.
Thank you. Y'all make sure y'all go to For the Culture on YouTube. That way y'all can listen to the playback of this live because this live and all of the other lives that we do have, put that on YouTube. So go to the YouTube channel For the Culture and we'll have the playback of this up there soon. So y'all do that. And if you guys are listening from For the Culture, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all please make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, share it, all of that. Thank you all so very much. All right. BX, can you close us out?
Yep. So I gotta ask you, when's the next time you coming back on TikTok? Except I'm gonna be busy tomorrow until the evening.
Until the evening. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. All
Well,
day.
what we can do, because I got some stuff to do tomorrow too. So we can do it Sunday in the day, though. It would have to be in the day.
Perfect. So I just want to say this. I find it kind of diabolical. So I was thinking, I got a question to ask y'all before we end. I don't want to restart another conversation, but when she says her family came in the 1950s, that was around the quota system. So if she was telling the truth, does that mean they were like the elite of Haiti that got to come here? You know how they would let certain amount of people in, but they had to be a certain status? Or
Yeah,
do I
they
have
had
that
to have
wrong?
a certain level of income or status or degree or something like that. More than likely, if she came back during that time, they weren't just letting, no offense, stranglers. They weren't just letting anybody. First off, they don't even do that now. They don't even do that now where they just let any and everybody come over here. But if she came, she probably was one of the, what you would call like the elites of her community, had something above the average amount. She wasn't no just average, or her family, because she probably came with her parents. So her family was more than likely, some type of scientist or doctor or something like that, had a business or something like that, or knew somebody. Because remember, no, I think it was the other lady who said, no, it was the other lady. Or knew somebody who vouched for them, because a lot of times, even when they came over here, they would still need somebody to vouch for them. Especially during that time, they would completely rely on somebody to vouch for them. So they probably already had some type of relationship with someone in America before that. So
Thank you. And okay, so that, and then the way, so make sure you go after the Ukraine so that, no, ma'am, you don't get to tell us how to go after our government, right?
yeah,
Or make
sponsor
sure
them.
that
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the term, sponsor. They would need a
sponsor,
sponsor.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the term.
Like the audacity of people whose homeland look the way it does, that she took herself out of the equation, telling her people how to go with them, physically go with them. Like she has no plans, and she told how she, some people don't know that she's Haitian, and so she hears things this way. So just all up in here cosplaying and, stepping in and out of both worlds, which means she probably stepped in and out of some benefits for us too. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. It was like a mic drop when we was all like, when he was like, she is not American. So here's the issue. Y'all know I curse people out about New York. I love New York, and certain narratives harm us and the work we are doing here. One of the tropes is that we're not here. Black Americans all migrated out. And I got to tell you, what do we always say? The immigrants act a certain way until they get their numbers up. And for the life of me, when I first came on this app, I couldn't understand why everybody was acting like that from New York. Oh, we do this in New York, we do that, we do this. And now I'm starting to see, if you think that Black Americans aren't here, then you think you outnumber the Black Americans that you see. But you don't know we still here. So certain things are harmful to the work that we do here, and also harmful to us in the community, because they're getting emboldened, and I believe it's because they feel they outnumber us. But I went to the stats. So if you use the census information from 2020 to 2026, we do outnumber them. We still have primarily Black American strongholds in Brooklyn, like East New York, Brownsville, in the Bronx, right? So we still have some strongholds here, but they have enclaves, and they have representatives that help them undermine us. They're locking us out of jobs. They have to hire a certain amount of Spanish speakers before they hire regular folks. Okay? And if me telling you go do the research before you start lying on Black Americans harms you in any way, then that's on you. Because you should always want to know the truth about the city you live in. So you could never be an ally to us. You don't even want to look up and find your supposed people if we are, you really are lineage. So everybody do the work. We still outnumber them here. Sign the emails. Brooke has emails. I have emails. I forget who else. But whatever course of action we have, just help us, not harm us with certain narratives. That's not fair to us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, BX. Appreciate y'all. We still got a whole bunch of people in here. Hopefully y'all have a good night. We will see you all soon. Thank you all very much. Y'all make sure y'all go to For the Culture on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and wait for the playback, because it is coming soon. Shout out to the people who are already on YouTube. Much respect. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. Y'all have a good night.